Esports is the reigning champion for MPLKH.
When we win MPLKH, of course we are excited because we've been having this dream for many years already, and it's our first time winning, and we qualify to play on international stage, which even make me more happy and excited.
Your mastermind, lift the trophy.
After we winning, I feel so impressive to come back to EWC because like since last year I didn't make it. Right now, yeah, back to the EWC feels so impressive.
See you soon. Now on to Kenji. It's a double kill for Seoul, and it's a 2-0 clean sweep for See You Soon.
The Cambodian Owls will fly onward again.
Woo.
Because,
Hello,
like,
hello.
last time
I am in
come here
a
and,
very bad looking
make it
shirt,
to
but
top 5 and
cares?
top 8. So for the best player that I have,
Whoopsie.
I think we can make it to.
All right.
In Pro Esports, we are like a family. We have a good bonding, so I'm pretty.
I have a meme
confident
to show you
them. They
guys.
Always talk out to me like, it's okay, don't feel pressure. Just
I have a
enjoy the
meme
game."
to show. Hold on, where is it?
For us, it's like a dream to represent our country. Not many get the chance to do it, and when we have the chance, we gotta do our best.
អរគុណអ្នក
I made
ទាំងអស់គ្នាដែល
this.
គាំទ្រ Pro Esports
Hold on.
ហើយកុំភ្លេចគាំទ្រពួកយើងនៅ EWC 2026
Pro Esports looking to battle against what could be one of the contenders to win this entire tournament. And guys, I mean, they have a really good journey heading into that. And I think part of it, Brigitte, is that sometimes you don't know what to expect. I think a more traditional team who's had success playing MLBB, I don't know if it's the right way or at least the way that's been successful. So
Will
far.
Eudora
Do you feel
pop
hesitant
up
going up against a team like Pro Esports, which might be
in
one of the more
MSC
aggressive
again?
teams in this entire
I mean, she
tournament?
probably will.
Well,
She is hella
I feel
prio.
like, I'd want to balance my expectations a bit when it comes to aggression or Pro Esports actually, because they do have, again, as mentioned, 2 Filipino players, and one of them, Kozen, who plays in the gold lane, is actually very textbook-like.
I'm
when it
gonna
comes to
I'm,
support,
I'm
so
gonna
that
put
might
impact
somewhat
font because I'm
balance
a
things
I'm a
bit when it
Chad
comes
like
to
that.
Playing against Pro Esports.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Brigitte, but for
Well-
me, I have this mindset that I'm more afraid. When I don't know what I'm gonna
Appropriately,
get.
I should
yeah.
put
Yeah.
the
Honestly,
impact
it is
font.
kind of like combat sports, where
Right.
some people they want to play the early stages of the fight, just getting points, gauging their opponents, right? So
Is,
during that time, they're hoping
is there
for a
do I have
slower game,
impact?
slower match, but then all of a sudden, if the opponent
I
goes
do
in
not
and
have
hits 100%
impact. Oh my
rigorous
god.
punch and then try to end the
Okay,
fight that way,
there it. Never mind. I
really
do.
surprise a lot of people. So I think that's the best analogy here.
And
where
then-
Slammer Giants, they will spend their early game roughly understanding the habits, but if somehow, some way they just get a very good lucky punch, that might really change the course of the game.
Could be interesting too to see, you know, they have time. This is a double elimination bracket. You guys are doing some MMA against each other off camera. You just missed it. They literally were fighting. Yeah, look, they're taking a deep breath as well. Oh,
Oopsie.
back at it. Turn it into some combat. I love it. We have a chance to see what you guys thought about the pick'ems. And you said Selangor Red Giants, 86%, but Pro Esports has a strong 14%. This is not, Brigitte, the most lopsided vote we've seen. We saw like Team Spirit have like a 92%.
Let's go. I'm gonna make a story. I'm gonna make a story out of
I
it.
feel like Pro could do something special.
I feel like they can too, because I was previously asked before MSC began on which matchup am I actually looking forward to the most. This was right after Mirko did the draws and established this entire group
Yeah.
of death. Shoutouts to him, by the way. But I considered them not just because of the history that they had, but also in recent tournaments, Cambodia as a region has been really stepping up. I've been saying this, I feel like at least 4 or 5 times already throughout this entire MSC ever since wildcard, but that is true. And this is not the exact same lineup that we saw even in, let's say, the recent Asian Games, but even then, this is a lineup that beat that lineup that we're talking about. So I have really high expectations for Pro Esports.
Why
going up
is
against
Eudora
Selangor.
suddenly
I
meta?
don't know if it's the camera. The camera looks pretty good. Damn.
She counters a lot.
He's looking good too.
She counters assassins,
I
basically.
complimented you guys right off the start. I mean, everyone's looking good. We're ready to go.
How
Feels like it's gonna be a good day
what
of
about what am I gonna do?
MLBB.
Okay.
Oh, by good day, do you mean like game 3?
I am not
or
good at
something like that?
Instagramming.
You know, I really don't mind if we go 3 games at game 3 and 4.
Because we're not
Well, it's time to get it started here. Your second day of MLBB MSC at EWC 2026 begins right now.
Why not? I'll share to Facebook as well.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
welcome to day 2 of MLBB MSC at EWC 2026. And I know, Rose, that there's one thing that you love more than long-winded introductions, and that is some good MLBB.
Oh yes, Milosh.
Let's go, Milosh and Rose.
And long games, that is something we all love to witness. So much happens in the Land of Dawn, so much drama unravels. I cannot wait for today, because today we will be witnessing 4 best of 3s in the Group of Death.
Yesterday was quite fast. I think today would not be surprised if we go the distance on more than one game.
Yes, Milosh. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Selangor Red Giants.
SRG, great way to start. Great way to start.
This team proceeded to win it all in 2024, making history for Malaysia. Last year, they attempted to defend their title in the grand finals.
I'm gonna play something else before we start, but SRG, I won't be surprised. I will not be surprised if they will go to the finals, because they are just that good when it comes to MSC. And they can go like 1% power in their own damn region, because MY competition kind of chopped. For, like, Malaysian teams are good everywhere except in their own country.
And throughout it all, SRG has been coming out on top. Will the same happen today?
Cambodia, never gonna sleep on Cambodia.
Yes, sir. So, boys, you may now place your keys and take your seats. And of course, to our captain, don't forget a little fist bump or a handshake in the middle.
See if they end up doing it. Oh, walking up for it. Hey.
There you have it. We are ready to kickstart day 2 of the MLBB group stages. Without further ado, it is time to rise above.
Falcons will close this game out with a clean 2-0. There you have it. 2-0 in favor of Team Spirit. And they're looking for one more in Alice 2 for the triple. Team Vitality will take a little bit of their time, but they'll win the series in a sweep.
So day 1 opened up very impressively. All the teams really showed up. The meta is looking pretty great, but for me, the most intense matchup for day 1 was Vamos going up against Team Falcons Mena. But if I want to narrow it down even more, it's Aero 404.
They're going to go for this mid turret. They know Inferior coming out. Oh no! But the back line getting attacked already. Zeke is already dead. Throne Ruin is great, but the Blade of Tempest might just be a little bit better. Voyet down. He kicks Aero 404. There's nothing he can do off that.
And now jumping into day 2, this is the Group of Death. Selangor Giants going up against Pro Esports. I gotta say, I'm really looking forward
Talk about the Eudora. Talk about the Eudora.
Because back in 2024,
What up, Chu?
Ling was the hero that gave him the title, the Sky Prince. So I want to see if he can bring it back and whether Pro Esports can fight against it.
In case you missed it,
Team Liquid going up against Aura. This is
How?
probably the game to watch for
Literally how?
both teams and both organizations.
and there's a good reason. Eudora, apart from the buffs that she got, she is more fitted. Like, she can be a battle mage now. She has consistent DPS once she gets her like skills going. She's no longer. She still has that identity of one-shot combo, but even if she doesn't have her like ultimate, her combo and such, she still has some uptime. When her ultimate is out, she can just consistent poke. Right? Yes, you did.
It's really not going to be the same as any other team.
And the meta needs a lot of burst, especially to counter assassins, and Eudora fits the bill, according to pros.
You know, c'est la vie. That's life.
Is it picking someone else Eudora in the draft phase? I will.
Hey, make sure you guys tune in because day 2 looks to be like a bloodbath.
Lafel's a funny guy. I met everyone in M5. I was literally there.
Right here near me as well. SRG versus Pro Esports coming up. SRG, they have yet to miss a grand.
I was there in the grand finals. The camera was on me. The camera was on me a few times.
On their path. Will
during M5.
To throw more than just
Find me.
a rock in the middle of the road, maybe an entire wall to force them to turn back around and find another route. Guys, this is a big one, of course, and before we jump into the draft, I want to let you know that we have 2 champions and 1 game. Our My Champions event is live from now until July 27th. So get your champions pick now, win 50,000 diamonds. My goodness, again, live now until July 27th.
I'm thinking something else
Scan that QR code and get it going.
while
Brigida,
games
I
are going
say,
on.
Randy has a very soothing voice.
I know.
Very relaxing, very calming. I feel like if I'm angry, if I listen to him, I'll be like, you know what? Life is good.
Hey,
Life is okay.
just when we ended that recap, you told us today is likely going to be a bloodbath. But I heard rain days.
Oh, no, I'm feeling
What bath you saying?
Oh, maybe I can calm down a bit.
How about a warm bath?
Oh, a
With
warm
some-
bath.
Oh, warm bath would be good.
Epsom
sounds
salts.
You know what's nice?
What?
We have bathtubs, and Eterna doesn't.
Oh, that's and she's not getting paid either.
Yeah, so,
That
you know.
can't
It's
be
just
true.
insult to
Oh,
injury.
that is true.
Oh man.
We can visit her room later just to confirm. But yeah, something that I do want to see if Ling actually gets banned now because
Ling
this one of the
is-
teams going up against teams like Selangor Giants.
Ling is fine. Like I won't. Like he got buffed and the jungle adjustments made him that way. We did not expect Eudora because we are so fixated on her being a meme.
Don't give him his Ling. It's
Right?
either ban both of them or have a
SRG 2-1.
answer for both of them.
I can see it.
Especially
I can see it.
considering that looking at the stage,
But
it's likely they are gonna be
again,
on
it's
the
either
home
it's
side.
either SRG
If
wins.
they do
SRG wins either 2-0 or 2-1.
trend yesterday, we kinda had at least 3 or 4 games maybe with
Pro
a
Esports is
high
not a long
traffic,
shot.
so it's
Cambodia's
possible
never a
that
long
could
shot.
happen again here with SRG
Right, data time.
possibly going to blue, but we are gonna confirm that in just a bit. Did we get Dangerous Grass?
Yeah, no, we got expanding rivers.
okay.
Yep. I may be colorblind, but I can see the maps. Actually, no, that's not true. Dangerous Grass is very difficult for me to see. Anyways, going back into that topic,
That's
right,
true.
we gotta find
That's
answers
true.
for the Ling.
You cannot
The
see
old answer before was that
in
how
Dangerous
it
Grass.
becomes a skill matchup between who uses the
Yeah,
ultimate
brother,
first.
give me that
The problem
grass.
is, ever
Give me
since
that
Hayabusa had
grass.
that ranged nerf on the quad shadows, it has become quite a like.
I can see Stormy, Stormy, Eudora.
On the blue side and Pro Esports red side second.
Called Stormy for okay. SRG better pick Eudora. I swear to God, you better SRG better pick Eudora. If Pro bans Eudora, I'm gonna be so
But you
sad.
need to pay attention to your next 2 bans if you are Pro Esports, considering that they are indeed gonna go in blue, and the expanding rivers map is just gonna help them so much more in terms of making the rotations much faster than expected. But they ban out the Fanny themselves. I think this is also great. Coily now, because he added an LY, is also someone I feel like you have to respect when it comes to the jungle and assassin picks. Just the same. But even then, you're going up against the Sky Prince. So a lot are still actually gonna
Oh,
be
no, wrong.
available for Prio. At this point, majority of the fighters actually, the XP laners too, are gonna be there, and the mid options.
Something that's interesting for me is that they banned out the
Because someone will be
Stormy is an amazing Zushin
someone will be
player, but
watching just to be
doesn't that
lazy.
kinda say
Someone.
that their draft might have a lot of stationary heroes that
You know who it
get
is?
picked up by the Zushin?
I know.
Because kinda
I
feel
know.
like in a very high mobility meta, maybe the Zushin isn't a prio ban, but this might be showing that they're gonna
And that's
have
DJY.
two steady front
DJY
lines.
cursed SRG. I can smell the curse.
Even
It's DJY.
pick up the likes of a Eudora, right?
JK.
Yeah, I mean, like, he likes to use Odette, Nana, Selena. Like, honestly, he even played a Hellcurt mid once, and he dominated that game. So I'm pretty sure Stormy can use anything.
See now,
DJY, the unkillable Demon King.
SRG followed up yet
The
again.
killable Demon King.
First pick
The
about to be on their hands.
I forgot the name. It's been a long time since that's been used.
Open,
Yeah, that's the thing.
but I gotta say, Brig, I feel like a lot of junglers, they have this ego, like, I don't care. You think you can stun me? Hey, good luck.
And we've seen it, the success of Ling.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most picked characters, but also moments
Misspelled,
of
because,
taking over games.
of
Air
course.
4-4 you mentioned yesterday. Can we see that
Eudora.
high?
Eudora first pick. Eudora first pick. I swear to God, Eudora first pick.
It's just a question of
Eudora first pick. I swear to God, Eudora blue one. Eudora blue one.
There's 5 people who don't. 6 people at least who do not want to see that.
Yeah, but they're taking the time here, Brick. I think they're really trying to.
I don't think there's not enough context in that story. There's not enough context. It's either DJY has players that would join. Aww.
Slangoring Giants, they're going into the first draft here, trying to read Pro Esports.
Damn,
by
okay.
having a very
It's either DJY has players that could join MDL, or DJY could join MDLPH, which I think the former is more likely. Ain't no way he just goes back to Malaysia and then requests a spot at MDL. I don't think that's possible.
Already got something else.
Yeah, and apart from that, I
Ling,
think Valentina is one
Belleric.
of the safer mid lanes to just pick up. I know blind pick Valentina, not a lot of people are a fan of it, but now in this meta where the Ling is just an automatic pickup, then maybe it's one of the safer options to go for. And considering the
And
Cho
X.
that you've mentioned, there
There's
could
no
be
wins
a
yet.
chance, but
Okay,
are
back to
they
full
willing
screen.
pair it immediately with the gold lane pick? It seems like no. They're gonna go straight into the Hirara and the gold lane pick instead, revealing their cores in this lineup.
Hirara, okay, they're very squishy, but like assassins. Moskov as well. Counter split push. Innocent Moskov, remember. You gotta remember M6.
Rare goat laners that don't need anyone else's help to save himself. He has a lot of dashes as well as his second ability, able to push someone away. And if there's a wall, it will get stunned up. So here, I think Innocent is just saying, bring it on. If you want to chase me, I'll kill you first.
And a question too is if you have a team like maybe Pro Esports.
Eudora, there it is.
Moscow
Eudora, okay.
As the Eudora comes in, but also
Eudora is in the draft. Yeah!
safety. If
He
they-
counters Popol and Koopa.
I gotta say, this is Innocent on this Moskov is something of nightmare to
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because even back in M6,
Who started it?
almost eliminated
Who
Slango
started
Giants,
this
but
Eudora
Innocent with
train?
one very good ult, with one
It's
SOG
all just
turns
all
around,
just scrims.
got a maniac, almost
And then now we're seeing it in ranked
game
game.
there
My
and
god.
there. But now we gotta talk about the opening here. It looks like Pro Esports, they're opening with a very meta MSC draft, right? Bringing the Ling, bringing the Eudora, and the Belleric as well. Whereas Slangoring Giants,
The big three is the big three. Ling, Belleric, Eudora. That's our meta. That's your meta.
Whatever they're gonna get. They have the Hirara, pretty strong pick right
I'm
now.
not
Having the Moskov to say, if
I
you guys
want
wanna
to see a
back me,
Mia.
can
I
back
honestly want to
myself.
see
And
Mia.
this is one of the stronger strategies that Slangoring Giants has, where they go for a 4-1 position. Where Innocent, you're all alone. You're not gonna get any help.
Yeah.
Good luck. Everyone else, do your best.
With
I
this,
want
think
to
they
see
could
Mia.
Pro Esports have a lane
RG Boys
to somehow match whatever Innocent
Of course,
can
RG
do
Boys, but
across
we don't
the
talk
map,
about that.
'cause I think that's one of
I mean,
the
we
things that
kinda
we're
kinda
looking at
do.
right now, but also we don't know who the front lines are.
I mean,
for
this
SRG.
is what's unfair about
Looking for
MLBB.
more crowd control,
There-
perhaps. There are
RG
also
is just a completely
other
different game
combinations that could still
than pro.
come out,
What would you like to
honestly.
see?
You're up against people. You're up against like pro players. You're up against people who actually plan.
And a Kai Arlott just to
But for
rebuild
RG,
the
there's
build
like
for the lane.
other picks
There is a
that
chance we see
people
that they
don't
also took out
particularly
Taz.
prepare
They had
for,
a great
which is in
matchup
turn
cover
just
for
freaking
Yarlaw,
cheese.
that's
But
on top
that
of the many
mentality
other
of ranked games
that could still come
won't
out.
be
They have a
indicative
very flexible
to their
Valentina
prowess in
the
pro
mid
play.
lane.
And the Cho got banned out, so they have to figure something
It's unfair.
else out to catch this Ling.
That kick
Like,
is gone, and the
He,
fact that
there are heroes that are OP.
you have
There are heroes that are really good in RG, but
swings
people don't play in pro play.
but
But heroes in pro play that are picked a lot, but not in RG.
draft right now
There's that. There's like
pro. And does that
different
indicate that they're playing
dichotomy.
or does that indicate
the
that they
dichotomy of like
still
what
are
people think of heroes,
just matching
depending
it
on the
to
setting,
we are getting Dove, having
which
Dove
I don't
back.
like.
Oh, this is very interesting. The Ruby gets banned out.
Sunroam.
Slangoring Giants, they're reading into pro
People are just
esports, a
ass.
more controlled kind of
They don't
draft.
know how to deal with
There's a
shit.
possibility of them
But in
playing
pro
their
play,
fighters, and
you don't
that's
see that at
not
all.
much for Slangoring Giants to kinda
And
have
conversely, heroes like Lo Yi, team coordination.
I'm liking the balance that Pro
Of course,
Esports
you want team coordinated the heroes,
Gold laner, I would say once he's level 4,
but
he has that Zaman
that's
force,
the key word,
already disrupted
coordinated.
damage,
You don't see that in RG, so it's nowhere to be seen in ranked.
somehow got disrupted early,
What
still
do
has time to
what
get
do the
spotted.
An
developers
idea is pretty much
what do
the same.
developers look at
Somewhat
in
far.
determining the prowess of a hero?
Like that space that could really aid you in just going for the counter attacks if ever SRG does go and commit to a very aggressive lineup because we're still looking at their last 2 picks. We brought up some of the suggestions earlier in terms of the roam.
Remember when Nemea got nerfed because of Epic players complaining and losing? Oh, they looked at that instead of freaking Harith and Granger at the time. What are their priorities? Probably the skins, right? They buff heroes because of skins. Is that what you want to do?
This is a very unorthodox kind of draft.
Marketing. Holy marketing.
Can pilot very well, but Slangoy Giants, they have a different kind of way to play where I feel like they're gonna win the lane and try to invade the jungle. And now Pro Esports answer with Sora. Quite a lot of damage. I feel like
Padang, okay. Padang, Roam, Uranus, XP, Sora.
Just bounce all over the place for Pro Esports, but when you
A lot of meat.
look at like setting up a macro
A
game
lot of
like
meat.
just through
from
and through, do
SRG
you
for
feel maybe
XP.
SRG got the better end of it?
You've got some.
Feels like maybe lane to lane in a way because it's a very individual type of draft where they have to perform individually rather than us expecting them to go team fight.
This is so
head-on.
50-50.
But we'll see if Pro Esports somewhat get to handle.
Bro got the
now that we're
Bro got
heading
the
to
power
number
picks.
1.
They got the power picks down.
SRG
Eudora, Villard
have
playing in the
found
first
a way to
phase.
make it to grand finals every single time they have been at MS.
Side lane's gonna be supplementing the mid trio.
Run again today, or will Pro Esports stand in their way? Let's send it over to our casters to find out. It's Gideon and Trex.
Gideon Trex, let's go. T-Rex.
Our very first series of the day is already going to be a banger here with the Selangor Red Giants playing on blue
T-Rex
side,
going
facing
in.
off against Pro from Cambodia on the red side. Now, Trex, I'm looking at this and immediately I'm getting a little bit of those flashbacks. Innocent on Moskov again?
I mean, at this point, we already know it's probably going to come. Moskov has been meta. He hasn't fallen off for a while. And Innocent, this is a dream pick for him. It's comfortable. It's
Okay,
comfy all around
Eudora,
the map, but for me, my
Inspire,
eyes are on
Wilderness
the
Blessing,
right through. This is
Lethal
a build
Ignition,
that has been banned out
Full Tank Beleric,
consistently.
And here's the thing, the question is
Critical
whether-
Assassin Link. Okay, not gonna go for attack speed.
Looking for first blood.
Wow.
Damage on
Is the kill. Ah! Sick guys. Ouch.
taken out by Coley. A nice
Huh.
trade. A beautiful trade at
I'm
that
looking at
time.
items now. What happened?
Of SRG. Through the
I'm looking at
It's
items.
comfy all around the map, but
Consistently. And here's the thing, the question is whether
The
or not
guys
SRG
went
is
buff
the
first,
invade, all
went for the invade. Instant kill.
taken out by Coley.
But Sakaiza was overextending.
They're getting great trades so far, and I think Trex, at this point, we gotta talk about strong side, weak side, because they initially played for early game strong side.
Wikipedia
on
server
Grand to
dictator
deal
crown
with
edited.
Felix.
Oh no.
It's only gonna be
Oh,
until
no.
level 4. After that, I think they're gonna head down to the bottom side.
I mean, I think
I saw Dictator.
looking
I
for
saw
blood, kind of
Dictator.
testing the waters, right? How good is
Chiku.
Pro? Can we bully them? I think
Chiku
they
the
know
Dictator.
quickly that Coily is going to
Because he is like
respond.
the big ace
Because
of
movement on this
CG.
wing, it's a bit
Or the big ace of
harder to make those
Bigatron
plays happen. And
Malaysia.
yes, Sekai's has the iframes, he has the ability to escape, but we're already seeing the consequences that can be made.
Chiku's my
if
goat.
you
Still my goat.
overextend.
I feel like he's already lost that momentum, right? As soon as you hit level 2 on
Chiku
Kurama,
is my
that's
bias.
Probably your biggest power spike overall without the items. But now we're seeing that a lot of that
Hold on a
mid
minute.
motion, right? Clear up that mid as soon as possible and immediately start moving towards the other sides of the map.
All right, so Pro Esports looking for an angle in. Sekai's already started working on this turtle. Saw making
All
it
right.
as well, does have level 4, can put out some decent
Of course
damage.
he's gonna be
Watch for the
in that
stun.
server, goddamn.
SRG's not gonna try to rush this either as Coily goes for the orange buff, a little bit of damage onto Yooms. Sekai's making his way in. Sarian Felix gonna back off.
For safety
No
purposes,
angle
you
from
should
Pro
so
just
you
yet.
should have
Coily
DM'd instead of showing it in
orange
there,
buff as quick as
right?
possible. He's gonna look for the angle in.
For safety
No fixed poise
purposes.
just yet. Gets a nice little bit of damage on Sekai's. Tempest Blaze does comes down, gets the knockup, plus the turtle, and a lot of damage on Sekai's. He's taken out.
And Saga-
Pro Esports looking for the next target of Stormy.
Out of context, you might see it. You know what I mean?
Felix with a kill under his belt, making a purple buff as well.
The conversion is going to be good. Pro played that perfectly, knowing the Wrath of the Dryads was in the hands of Stormy. Already gave them an idea. Hey, they're looking to team fight, but they're not clearing this Lord fast enough. When we this turtle fast enough, let's look at the replay one more time because Cram's job is very different.
God
And
damn.
right now, he can't zone out multiple people just yet. And the worst part about it, losing that 50-50 from the side of Sakai's has already netted this team to be playing on the back foot for at least the next 4
Anyway.
minutes.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised Sekai's went into that knowing the Tempest Blaze was going to come, but a little bit of
Goes
damage on
in.
his boss side.
Oh, Stormy flickered in. Got the Terrify. SOD goes in. Yum's gotta get the kill. Innocent goes in.
To get to the backside,
PPP.
taking out Kuzin. Pro
Couldn't
Esports
do
forced to
anything.
back off. A nice
Yuum's
little
on
bit of
point,
something.
goddamn.
Back to Innocent, hasn't been involved in any of these fights.
Well,
Having a
oh.
decent experience could
Oh,
be the
Coil.
saving grace.
Oh, and
Unless he's taken out by Coil
oh, he
here.
dashed
Couple more
through.
shots, Temperat's
Does he have
picking up
battle
blood.
spell? Ah, Purify, not a flicker.
Into Coil's pocket. Able to
Ouchie.
make sure he secures that Berserker's Fury.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Yuum's already used all of his charges for the fist crack. Fist break, unfortunately, did not connect at the right time. But like LaFell mentioned earlier, SRG is playing a really
Innocent was overzealous. He went in and then
must be interconnected.
Coily got the opportunity to
Similar
punish.
Avatar, just, you know, gotta make sure they can find something back.
Rather driving you, Stormina going in. Full stacks. Heaven's Wrath. Still couldn't get it.
Takes him out.
Ouch.
Gets the kill. Pro Esports have an answer for everything right now.
They kind of have the answer for
What?
everything.
Bro, man.
About the update, the patch has made this Belleric a little better. Innocent now taking at least one gold crab here to make sure that he stays ahead. But this 1.3k lead that we
Dictator
see from
Stormy?
Pro, I don't think it's leaving anytime soon.
What's the win rate for Ling? I don't know. I gotta look at League. I gotta look at League.
Currently at level 7.
I have another laptop here.
To level 8, so he's a level down on this.
All right, Turtle. Tempest of Blades comes down. Coily able to take the Turtle with ease. And Sakai's once again in a horrible spot. Dashes into
Oh my
death.
god, bro. Okay, okay.
Just
I
trying
mean,
to keep
I wouldn't
busy,
like.
just trying to help defend
I'm
this
not saying it's
lead
not
lane.
expected, but
Pro Esports
goddamn,
doesn't
bro.
care about it at all.
This is starting to snowball out of control. Sakai has made his best attempt to try to at least contest, but so far, Coily, he's been hitting these retributions perfectly on top of the advantage that
The win
he
rate
has.
of Ling
As you can see,
is
the PB is already
60%.
engaging the enemy side just to get early information to allow
60%
Coily to make
so
smart
far.
choices. Hey, there's a lot of people down by this orange buff. Let's quickly push out mid. He's looking for efficiency.
I mean, right now, Pro Esports all around the map. A lot of damage on Yuum's here.
Yuum's gotta dash out. It's overwhelmed with a lot of damage. God. The aggression of Cambodia. Ah! Ah!
He just wants to clear it. Bakuzin's not going to want to let him get away up at the top side, though. Soft falls. Sakai's
Top punished.
Pepe. Pepe not going to be able to get away. A nice double kill. Into
That's
the
his name,
hands of
Pepe.
SRG.
I call him
Able
PvP.
to try to find something in the chaos.
Holy cow, that was dangerous. So dangerous. The SOD on top of utilizing your battle spells to get into this fight. It connects, he takes it, but he already knew that the backup was
Ugh,
going
he took
into
it like
that
a big
back
boy.
line. Stormy even opting to flicker early.
Bosun
Boom,
dashed
drives
in
to
time.
guarantee this kill onto Sa. The trading isn't just instantaneous, it's 15 to 20 seconds ahead in the future.
So SRG are still finding some moments, right? They're able to get some little trades. They're behind 2.5k gold, but it's definitely not the end of the world from them. We know that just with the game IQ, they can make something, shake something. Is it too late? I don't think
Oh,
it's
okay.
2.5K gold.
Gank
I think it's
up
too
on
late at all.
top.
We'll see
Felix
after
has to
this
dash
not
out.
third turtle, I think first Lord is going to be the big moment where we know.
A lot of
who's
battle spells are
possibly
gone for
got it.
SRG. They kind
Anything
of.
happens.
It's a bit
Pull up the
shoddy.
list, thank you very much.
It's a
I'm
bit
interested in what
sketch
Coily
if
actually
SRG still wants to
does
contest,
have.
especially since
4
Pro is
over
leading by
2 as of
2.5k.
right now, and that's a phenomenal lead for any Ling player. And they're immediately on this turtle as SRG are trying to take that mid position.
Yeah, they can't. They
I think
can't.
that's
They
the
can't.
right
They have no
play this
spells.
time. Give up the turtle. Sakai's 2-0 on the first time, just keeps getting caught by the Tempest of Blades. Look for plays elsewhere. Innocent on the bottom side getting a little bit of push. Maybe they translate it to a tower, but Coily's already...
Everyone's on bottom lane. They want
Zipper,
innocent.
that's
They want
already 2
innocent.
items up for Coily. He's in a phenomenal position. Even if he gets put down to 1 HP, as long as he has Finch poise, he can get out of there, go to 1 camp, get back up to full, and he's ready to fight once more. And that's so different in comparison to Hirara, which is so burst-oriented.
Nice damage onto Sarium Felix. Even Pro, even with the advantage they have, they're still taking things slow. They're still playing this smart. A slow push on the bottom lane, gonna connect onto that tower. Top side pushing as well.
Oh, Ling.
Pro Esports, you would think they might have came in very chaotic, but honestly, even
Yeah, this one they don't need to like fight, right? Even if Pro has an advantage of like, they should not afford. They cannot afford to like lose people at this time.
And you can see that Cram now, he's getting a lot more confident after that chastised Pauldron. He knows he can't get 100 to 0 just yet. Sa doesn't have his full 2 items, and most importantly, not enough burst with the amount of HP that he has, but I'm worried about Coily. He's getting close to that endless battle.
Cram, though, is another problem on the side of SRG. He's still deathless. Yes, in the beginning, he wasn't able to shine that much, but right now, as this game moves forward, he'll become more of a nuisance. Only quick stuns on the side of Pro Esports, except for the Wrath of the Dryad, but even that won't be able to hold Cram down.
Stormy has a Dryad, but as a Valentina,
They know that we can't
pretty
mobility of this
good.
Ling. So
Cram is forced to use the ultimate.
use Moskov to create these cross-map plays.
He's
That way
chunked.
Ling is balanced out and you never have
He's
to have to worry
absolutely
about, oh, no,
chunked.
my long lane. I have to deal with it. If not, I'm going to lose another structure. But looking at the items so far, more importantly, now that Sariam Felix has his second, this Lord is going to be really difficult. If he engages in there while having those Queen's wings, there's a pretty good chance that SRG might opt to flicker past him and go straight for that back line.
I almost feel like SRG, the way they're going to win these fights is positioning, right? I don't think they want to just go head first. Look at the damage on a Stormy. A little bit of play in the mid side, but just kind of baiting out skills at this point. Sakai's does get his retribution in as Coily starts working on the Lord. Sakai's wants to look for an angle.
I like the down pick against the Ling. He has a way to knock him out of here. It's like, guys! Whoa! Water entry. You don't have to flicker out of here. Saw got a kill on Stormy. Sariam Felix on the chase. You have to use the conceal to get out of here. Stormy is a sacrifice, but the Lord. SG will take it. SRG will take that trade.
The exact same role that Coily is trying to do to threaten them in those side lanes, but luckily Sakai is able to win out that 50-50 despite being
Oh yeah, SRG.
That's the difference.
SRG Moskov. Innocent Moskov versus Cambodia. It's a familiar sight. We're no strangers to that.
If you want to win that fight, it starts with this Lord, and you gotta let the Lord do the work.
If
breaking the towers afterwards might be
Innocent gets a miracle SOD
On the top side, gonna gain some ground
on
there.
Cambodia once again.
With this Lord. Ooh, wait a second. Coily into the backside onto Yumes, putting out a lot
Oh
of
my god,
damage.
Yumes.
Does have Tempest of Blades, decides not to use it, isn't going to chase it down. Cram now onto Kuzin. As Innocent makes his way to the mid side as well. Sakai's getting brought down low, going to try to run through, takes a tower shot to the face, but will be able to dash through, but the chase is on. Sorry,
Mason A.
Going to catch him, but the iframes are still there. Does he get the juke? The side
Yes,
step.
that's the Hirara. That's the Hirara.
Oh my god!
Mason A. Ah! Of course.
Cross map the Hail Mary! Make him miss an SOD or something. This entire game that
I told
SOD
ya.
has been at a 100% efficiency, whether it's stealing away a camp, whether it's closing the distance, but most importantly, it's keeping Pro on their toes. They can't let their foot off the gas just yet, not against a team of this
Innocent
caliber.
Moskov.
And now
Innocent
the ball in
Moskov.
SRG's hands. Pro Esports, it was in their grasp. They had control, but control is not a given in a match against the Giants.
Oh man, it's interesting to see how this is going.
Also, late game Hirara, extremely slippery. She's gonna get her enhanced skills way faster. That's how she escaped.
Nice Seven to Blades. Does not get the knock up. Coily just trying to get away at this point, but there's no escape.
I missed that.
Gets the kill,
What
the
the hell?
recalls are out. SR
I missed that.
side continues to harass. Nice Seven to Blades.
Seven to Blades,
Not getting the knock
Coily.
up. Coily just trying to
He
get
did
away.
control. That's why.
I figured it out. It's all about the scramble. It's all about the scramble. Somebody, you can be coordinated on the engage, but I have never seen a team actually go and disengage at the exact same time. And that's a big problem for both of these sides. Whoever breaks away first usually gets punished, whether it's soft. Wait, hold on.
Cram takes a lot of damage. Still has
Top turret taken down.
the consecration. And has a flicker. Opted not to go purify right here.
Cram has no assist. He's a killer.
Deathless. Like I said earlier,
3-0-0
this is gonna be more and more
Uranus.
important as this game goes on.
Yeah, I think even Kuzin is starting to recognize that he doesn't have enough consistent DPS to stay on top of Crime. And worse yet, it just feels like a waste of resources as Crime is zoning out 4 members. to
Cram
get
is
the
zoning out.
information they
Beautiful
need.
zone. Felix and
Coily
PP.
wants to try to make his way down.
Pause.
Lord still getting contested. As Saw keeps vision, but Cram just pushes them.
SRG opting for a reset. Just to be sure, all five people are on pro. On that one area, Cram has vision on everyone.
He bounces back and forth. Sariam Felix in this try.
A tactical reset once again from SRG, keeping pro on their toes.
Yep, they're not going to do this, and now SRG trying to be even more efficient. They're not going to show topside until it's too late, and now Pro, unfortunately, just has to respond to this as SRG are playing Pro's game, but just a little
Coil still has retry. Flicker!
Bit of play, a lot of damage. Cram jumps onto
Bit of a bosh. Yumes. No more skills. Pro has a chance to bite back, but Innocent. Oh my god. Innocent. Oh my god. He dashed through! The second skill of the Sora.
Under the tower.
Dryad in desperation. Innocent gets a double kill. Coily has to try to go back. Kozen dashing out, taking too much damage.
And SRG didn't even need the Lord.
SRG, my fucking god.
Innocent, an incredible baseline. He is showing that all gold laners need to have perfect movement. Look at that.
Dashing out of the
Look at
shifting
this guy
skies.
so far. Every ability, pixel perfect footsies all the way through. It's been tough because Pro has been throwing so much at him. Coily. Can he steal it? Coily.
Is it?
As the blades comes down.
Sakai, still.
Turns it. Coily gets the kill on a Stormy though.
Oh, he went back down. He went back down. What the hell?
Get away. It's not enough. I don't know.
That's
between so many
two-
regions
between
of
one-
for some
two
reason,
heroes.
Malaysia versus Cambodia
Wait, dinner?
always gets the blood pumping. Always a banger. Always a banger. Oh my goodness. It is a tough game here, but it's not completely over. Pro understand. Hey, we still have scaling on our side. Zipper, if you pull up the items, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
yeah.
that Kuzen
Yeah.
is pretty much getting to his third, if not finished it already at this stage. Yep, fourth item technically already complete here. He's got real damage. The problem.
Lane went back
If
down.
not Stormy or even Yumes,
He went
knock
back
him out of
down.
place.
All right, Pro Esports, can they defend it? They still have inhibitors. This is only first Lord, second Lord actually. Crash has come through. Sakai.
Use with the skill seal play. P fronting everybody. Sorry, Felix as well. Does not commit the ultimate, but middle inhibitor down. Immobilization from Innocent. And Sakai's as well.
Looking to target onto this base, but Lord is already down to 20%. Seiko to Pepe.
Had to use
Trying to run
the
away
ultimate
right now.
Coily.
Sakai.
Whoa, we got Sakai's.
Pick off.
They're looking for more. Scott shift even more. They're
Oh, no!
The wave is 3 of down, and they want to push this and make sure they buy another
Wait,
4 minutes into this
I-
game.
Pro Esports with a beautiful defense. Cram falls. The first
Oh.
time he's died yet.
They keep trading.
Can they do more? Kuzin gets a nice shot onto Yumes. Stormy doesn't want to give it up this yet. The minions are still on the base. Pro Esports trying to defend 2 more waves.
They're still defending.
They can hold on.
They go to Pepe.
Try
Doesn't
it.
have the ult.
A lot of damage, Innocent. Getting a lot of damage.
Push him away. Pro Esports
Okay,
survives another
okay.
wave.
You can tell. Both sides.
The defense is good.
That moment to breathe.
One hero fall, one of them falls, one of SRG falls as well. So
Alongside with Cram,
yeah, that's
They
defense.
recognize Pro. They're gonna be able to respond faster. Can he get this? No. At least he has.
Oh no.
Trade?
Oh, that's a lot of
Oh no.
damage.
Yumes,
Goes down. Immortality does pop.
Immortality,
Escape this. Sorry,
fist
Felix.
crack in
Goes
desperation.
by Kuzin.
Could not save him.
Get it. That's a 42-second death timer on side SRG. Lord comes up in 45.
All right, I gotta stand up for this one.
Yeah.
With this game,
Type it up.
it's a high intensity for too long, 16 minutes already, and there hasn't been a moment where their heart skips a beat every single time. Cool, calm,
heart has skipped a beat.
calculated. I mean, we're the amateurs here compared to those professionals up there, but now we're getting into the later stages of the game. Maximum items. Is this a punish?
All shifting skies.
Shifting skies.
Cram, taking a lot of damage, had to use ultimate. Get out of here. Get the taunt
Does come
from the
down
Dryad.
onto anyone. Pepe
Beautiful disengage from Pro.
Gotta run away right now. Pro Esports gotta give up space as SRG takes control of the Lord Pit.
Yeah, and with missing inhibitors on all fronts, Pro recognize that, man, we're gonna have to pray that Coily can be the one.
The
that
problem is they don't
provides
have
the
a lot of
extra 3
ultimates to
minutes we
work
need.
with, as well as
If he
Flicker in the
steals this Lord,
next
this is going
20
to
seconds for
start dragging
Eudora,
out. Pro
Revitalize for
don't have the
Beleric.
advantage in the lanes. Every single side is getting
Yeah,
shoved
about
in.
equal ground, but still a paper of Pro because in the next few seconds their battle spells are gonna be up.
And when you're in a position like this where you have no inhibitors, you kinda
Hume's
have
at
to
a
choose the fight.
very
You can't
interesting
play the
angle.
long
He
haul.
has
You can't play the
conceal.
dance. And this could be
Dry
the
used
time
up.
force, but
Yumes,
damage
Yumes,
in the back
Yumes. I'm looking at Yumes right now. Felix! Oh, okay, GG. That's GG. GG right there. GG right there. I saw him. I saw Yumes.
on to as Kuzin and
They have to
Coily
figure
try
out.
to pick
I'm
the base.
recall.
Terrify.
Pepe. Walele. GG. GG.
Have it, the forced mistake coming out of Pro and SRG. This is why Macro plays a huge part in this game.
Beautiful engage from SRG. Beautiful.
These conversions only limited to the jungle and not structural damage.
And SRG with a well-fought battle.
That is high IQ. High IQ.
Number 1.
It's not over just yet. This is an amazing contest of 2 incredibly mechanically inclined teams. And I think everybody's praying, I wish this was a best of 5, maybe even a best of 7. But for now, both sides going to go back into their corners. They got to listen to their coaches here because there was, I don't want to say mistakes,
Beautifully thought.
but there was anti-synergy at moments.
Bad calls, possibly, or maybe overextending or doing things a little too late.
I don't think they were bad calls, but I definitely think that there were coin flips that could have been skewed in certain teams' favors had they just waited half a second more or thought a little bit further into the future. But man, an amazing bout between those two. I'm hoping this turns into a 1-1 because if we learn anything, that early game was incredible coming out from Pro. The fact that we saw the SRG, even though they stole the
Cambodia is known for early
it's about
skirmishes.
efficiency, but more importantly, how
But then
much
again,
these ultimates, every single
SRG likes to make the comeback. They like to turtle up. They like to go defensive. And then if they see an ounce, of mistake, an ounce of off angles, an off position
And SRG shows that they can
for
hold
Pro,
and wait for
that
their
is when
time.
SRG will strike. They will be in position
Pro
to just.
got a little ahead of
I love this. I love the last moment.
And look at the damage.
I love this last moment there. You see right there. Okay. Is the cursor there? Yeah. You see right there. Beautiful position. They know that most of the members of Pro are already there, while Yums stayed at
You
top.
can't play the long haul. You can't play the
See how the waves? You see how the minion waves are like frozen there? Like they opted not to clear. And then that's the problem. I personally would have shoved the minions there to force them back into the base, so that SRG would have a better place for the Lord. But still, Pro decided to still contest at a deficit. And they know that there are four people. They still engage anyway, but there's no Yums at the side, and he came from behind. Pause. Fist from behind. Pause again. There it is. They decided to fight SRG. They're moving back. They're moving a little bit back, and then when Yums goes in, when Pro was already chipped down, that is when it's GG. Beautiful MLB.
Are you enjoying being in Paris?
Moon!
Yeah,
Moon! Moonatics!
I
PH!
eat a lot of bread, croissant.
Baguette. Mike.
They follow mid to late.
Anything.
It's SRG, bro. It's SRG.
Listening to us, guys. I think he knew we were setting up the croissant baguette conversation. Moon, we'll get your thoughts on this game in just a moment. I'm going to go down the line, though.
Moonatics PH.
Game
Get it.
one, I mean, SRG, they look strong, but I think they played a more complete game overall.
Yeah, even actually, if you take a look back in the beginning of the game, majority of how proactive Pro Esports actually were across the map came off of them just punishing SRG's more aggressive approach during the start, and it worked out really, really well from them, not until moments wherein it had to come down to a mechanical showdown in the latter portions of the game.
I know you'll have some things to tell us, LaFell, but in general, overall with the game, happy with how Pro Esports approached game one?
Honestly, that was an amazing game. Like, this is one of those games, if you give me time, I can talk about it for like half an hour. Because honestly,
That's longer than the game.
From Pro Esports as well as Langray Giants, they showed so many good things in that game that that's a perfect way to start the day.
Todak third place.
I know Brigida wanted to get a little workout in as well.
Leadership provider. It's interesting that Todak is becoming a sponsor for shares. You know, things that are not esports.
Now, we gotta talk back about the draft because honestly, like, over here we saw like individual plays coming in from Langray Giants. Now the thing that you guys have to see here is both Innocent on this Moskov as well as Coily on this Ling. They are the position 1, right? They are position 1, and they have to fight against each other many, many times. And one of the reasons why Langray Giants can win this one is because Innocent keeps on winning that 1v1 battle.
Prime Chiku.
And of course, we also have to
Prime
see
Chiku with the Atlas jungle.
Cram as well as Stormy as well as Yums, because Cram, he is
Jungle Franco, Jungle Atlas, mid lane Minotaur,
and then you see Yums
Layla Mia when there were memes at the time.
Whenever the opponents overextend, they cross Cram's line, they will intercept them here, and then they will make a play.
The last successful Eudora, as far as I remembered, was in the hands of Team Hawk.
To try and able to catch out
He's a
Stormy,
10.
He was able to do it many times. But
Yeah,
he was
Eudora
not in
gave,
the condition. The condition is innocent, and he survived.
yeah,
by
Eudora
finishing
led
time.
Team
You
Hawk
can
to
see
a
clip here.
championship.
I'll try to go very, very fast, where this is where we see the strength of pro esports, where you can see here, just from this image, the lock coming in.
Chiku
from Pro
Moon
Esports,
Yums,
there's a lot of
Formaze,
crowd control, and
Momo.
this enables them to win 5v5 team fights. So then what we see for Selangor Giants, what they do.
And
is
there's
split
a
the
trigger
team fight.
word.
This is where we see Innocent came in, forcing out them to actually do something about it because he wants the minions. But looking at the minimap, we can see Stormy as well as Skies flanking from behind. And then as we move forward, we see Stormy using the Wrath of Dryad to lock both members here, allowing Sakai's to get that free damage. And the last clip that I want to show, this emphasizes what Selangor Giants
Hold on.
is doing, right? Sakai's in this position is position 2. He's the disruptor. He is the one that's going to create chaos in the game, and that's what he did. So during this fight, we can see that Sakai's had to run away because that's already job established, and now we're going to be looking at Innocent, where again, this is what I'm talking about. Position 1, 1v1 between the Ling as well as the Moskov. The Moskov won this round, and he keeps on winning again and again and again. And all the while, we can see that Sakai's has survived the initiation. So in this matchup, it really is about how Selangor Giants, they buy enough time for Innocent to win that 1v1 against Coily, because once Coily is out of the game, the Ling is no longer a threat. So this is a draft that requires individual skill and honestly next level macro understanding as well as team fight understanding.
It was a masterclass in terms of, we mentioned control being a big kind of theme for pro esports, but they found a way to use a draft that wasn't as good in a team fight to ultimately isolate fights and get their their position 1 into a good position to succeed, and that's what Innocent did.
Yep, and I can't help but really commend the fact that SRG did all of this willingly. They let go of the Ling even though it was open for them, possibly could have been picked up by SRG even in first pick, but then eventually it went over to the hands of Pro, even the Eudora.
Yeah.
Even the
Have a
Eudora
dog.
was in the hands of Pro, but
Not
all
mine.
these quote-unquote meta picks, at least during the first few days,
Not mine,
were
it's my sister's.
countered out here by SRG through sheer, I don't know, like synergy or maybe just chemistry overall.
Moon, I want to get your thoughts on what you've seen so far, because we've seen Eudora, we've seen Ling, we've seen some of these meta characters start to show up and evolve what people are playing in the tournament. What are you seeing as being an effective way to approach this meta? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
What I think about it, boleh cakap bahasa.
Sure, you can speak Malay, I'll translate.
It doesn't like me, but I
Apa
forced.
yang saya suka adalah we can see that sorry.
I thought we needed translation, Moon.
Okay. Boleh nampak macam meta dah berbeza, and saya suka nampak dia punya perubahan daripada segi hero, and makin banyak berubah. Assassin pun dah back to the meta, and benda-benda macam ni dapat buatkan fans lagi excited to see the gameplay, dia punya perubahan daripada segi planning, daripada segi chemistry, macam mana dia nak main, macam mana dia nak execute the whole things punya ni sebab terlampau lama dah meta and meta sama, so bila dapat berubah ni sukalah, best lah.
So he said he likes this because for quite a long time, the meta has been the same, but now new characters are coming in, and because of that, the meta has to change, the planning has to change, so he really likes it. But now, if I can ask, so Moon, Eudora, did you predict Eudora to come into the meta? Because Eudora is kind of strong, burst, crowd control, but going up against a Ling, a Hayabusa, Nolan, isn't it dangerous with all these assassins for team to use Eudora?
Rasanya Eudora will doing fine sebab dia ada stun, dia ada macam dia punya, rasanya dia punya job desk ni lebih ke arah macam dia backup. Dia macam backup marksman ataupun orang-orang yang boleh carry the game lah. So it's very useful lah bila kita ada hero yang macam instant lock. Sebab kalau contoh lah, kalau kita letak macam Farsa ke dia at least nak kena first killer.
I wish I can learn I wish I can learn bahasa Melayu.
So it's help a lot on kalau nak focus in defending something like that lah.
Yeah, so he basically said Eudora's primarily ability right now is the ease of actually peeling for either the marksman or the assassin. Compared to other heroes, they can kind of do the same thing, but much more difficult to do compared to Eudora. It's a point and click stun. Something like a Pharsa, you have to aim the ability first, so it could fail.
And you know, speed is another thing. When you have a point and click, press a button quickly, and it happens versus trying to aim that out in a circle. Well, something that doesn't happen so quickly, I mean, you have to get the equipment, you have to, you know, find a room or at least a microphone. But if you want to get those things quickly and then join us as a co-streamer, that can happen almost instantly if you guys apply. Co-stream at EWC. Make sure it make a time to scan this QR code that's coming up on this Thursday page as well, because you can get all of these cool prizes as well and find a way to be a part of the official action. And
I'm
if you
not
wanna
popular
co-stream,
enough
that's
to
okay,
do
but it's
that.
a great opportunity. If you want to be like Moon, come on and check out that QR code, see if you can join us. Brigida, let's go back to kind of this game here and looking at game 2. What can be done? I actually thought that PPP on the Belleric was pretty strong. You know, 10 assists in that game. I thought he created a pretty good front line. They sometimes could not capitalize on it in that late game. But what did you like about Pro Esports? What do they need to do more?
I really think that they play the strengths of their lineup, honestly. It's just that there was such great adaptation coming in from SRG as well. It was pointed out by LaFell earlier here when they realized that Pro were just too efficient when it comes to the counter engages in terms of utilizing the Belleric and the Wrath of Dryad and team fights. They just decided to split everything.
Eudora
They
is
decided
still
to
100% contest rate.
Maybe be a more secondary role for Sekai's, and I think that kind of maybe shocked how Pro Esports had to adjust mid.
Stormy Eudora.
And honestly, I kind of want to
Make
ask
it
Moon,
literal
as a
storm.
professional player, I want to ask, SRG playing this way, basically like a 1-3-1. Sakai's trying to push people away, 3 people trying to protect Innocent. Is this gameplay more difficult or actually easier to do? Because we see Pro Esports, they try to 5v5, but then SRG tried to split the fight. Is it easy to play like SRG?
Sebenarnya tak susah kalau dorang percaya satu sama lain lah. Kalau dorang percaya satu sama lain, benda ni tak mustahil untuk buat lah. And kita boleh nampak pun Sekais dia punya personal skill pun memang one of the top level dekat MPLMY and at the whole international. Dan kalau dorang percaya satu sama lain, benda ni tak mustahil untuk dorang buat lah.
Yeah, so I basically asked Moon, like, is it difficult to play like SRG?
Make her
when you
happy.
split the fight, and he's like, honestly, if you trust each other
Dora.
that well, and when you have such a good jungler like Sakai's, it is most definitely possible. Because if everyone does their job very, very well, then the game plan just falls into place.
Yeah, I understand. Because I think it was also.
You understand Malay?
No, not
All
the
right.
Malay. The way that they did that. Because like, huh? But
I've been talking about you. I didn't know you understood me.
But yeah,
Pick Eudora.
it's the
It's
way that
fitting.
we
Eudora,
entered the game assuming that
Stormy, and the
SRG would just
Eudora.
play a
Yeah.
very individual approach to this because of their heroes. We were maybe questioning the synergy to a certain extent because you saw it a bit more from Pro Esports end, but in that game, since they were just so reliable individually, then it wasn't as difficult for them to adjust on the fly.
What do you think was going on in their head when they saw that 3? Because, you know, coming into MLBB and learning so much from you guys, I immediately said, this is a really good team fighting composition. And so at a certain point, do you think that SRG realized, well, listen, that's what they're going for. They kind of beat us to the punch on that.
Give me
Why
that
don't we lean into our
grace.
strengths,
Give me
grab the
that
Moscow, and kind
grace.
of go and try to play this individual game?
I think they had that backup plan all along because they just let go of the Ling anyway. They let go of the Eudora anyway. So it was also them like willingly playing into this draft, knowing that there will be a fallback, knowing that there could be a way around this. Because I think their first approach failed. It was them trying to be the more proactive ones across the map. They went for the invades, but they got punished. And that's where they probably started to realize that there should be a certain switch up.
They
but
did
they
not
didn't do that up
change.
until the mid game. So I think Pro Esports were
They did
caught
not
up in the
change
idea that,
sides.
yeah, we're somehow still taking the lead, but at the same time they were actually not because SRG was already on the way
Jushin.
to doing something that would favor them much.
I think
more.
same band's
The
Fanny.
ban
YSS
list right now
this
as
time,
we get
okay.
started. Dangerous Grass will be how we play this match.
Is
And
he
game 2
is
a
he
chance
part
for
of the
SRG to
band?
go 2-0 against the
No.
brilliant squad of Pro Esports that has certainly proved to be dangerous in the early game.
Did I not?
Talking
Oh, never mind.
about
He's right
this
there.
matchup a
Oopsie.
little bit unique. liking to play in a way that's not going to be subdued.
Yeah.
They're going to show up. They're going to make sure.
These
that you
engines
know
over
that
there.
they're
Never
present in that game.
mind.
We saw that in game 1.
Yeah.
See if their lineup set that up for game 2 in this draft.
I really wanna
ATL.
ask Moon though. Do you think it's just really SRG confident that they can counter the Ling? That's why they're not picking it up in
Grass
first
again.
pick? Because I feel like we really want to see Sekai's on the Ling, but at the same time they're not going for it.
Honestly,
Uh,
I want to see Saber.
actually, he's
I
playing
still want to see
chess
Saber.
with them. Yeah.
Oh.
This is like apa macam biasa lah diorang buat benda ni kat MPLMY. Tolong tak?
No, he's saying like this is something that they even keep doing in MPLMY. Even though it's a strong pick for them, they're
I
like,
still
you
want to
pick it up,
see
we'll
Saber
counter it.
against the Ling.
'Cause it's
Is it a long shot? Still a long
Something-
shot,
but also
but
it's
like
kinda like psychological. You're
quick
giving
and
your
easy.
opponents the best heroes possible,
Quick
and you
and
still beat them.
easy
Especially
solution.
the longer series,
No
that
time
could
to think.
break people very, very fast. Maybe that's why in the grand finals they keep winning 4-0.
Maybe. They found a way, trying to do it again here at MSC 26.
Fanny Silver
The Fanny
ban.
ban?
So they opened the
I think Fanny ban,
Phobius.
is very much warranted because especially with
Oh, never
all
mind,
the
they banned the
junglers
Phobius.
that are present here in MSC.
So
a
Freya's
lot of good
open.
Fanny players, and a very good Fanny player can almost 1v9 if he has a very, very good
Phobius
start.
open.
My interesting thing though is that the Yi Sun Shin
Phobius
gets
Fanny
banned.
Marcel.
What do you think about
Eudora's
this
open
Yi
as
Sun Shin ban? Do you
well.
think it's warranted? Like, should they ban the Yi Sun Shin?
Freya's open. I think
I
Freya.
think the Shanshin is good to be banned because he can out
Freya Ling.
Outplay, out macro,
out macro.
Okay.
Freya Ling Belleric. There.
Dia punya farm pun laju, so dia boleh out rotate the enemy lah. Plus boleh dapat vision. Vision tu lah sebenarnya yang paling mungkin dapat menyusahkan daripada segi makro lah, makro play.
Yeah, so Moon basically
Yep,
said,
Freya.
like the macro abilities of a Yi Sun Shin and the fact that he has very fast farm as well as a global vision might disrupt Slangray Giants. So they opted to ban that out, but now Slangray Giants picking up the
Belleric,
Freya
Eudora
and
again.
Pro Esports quickly pick up the Belleric
Yeah,
again.
it was really good. I mean, we saw how
Belleric Ling,
impactful that
still.
was and the Ling. So going back to what worked, I mean, if I'm Pro Esports, Brigida, I'm thinking we were close in a couple of moments of turning this around. If we can somehow force them to stay on the back foot and take these team fights or have to take these team fights against
Freya
our
is a
Belleric with our
flex,
Ling,
no
we might
telling,
have a
so
chance.
Yeah,
they should
it's
reveal
also a
two
very
of their
similar
mid
approach to
trio.
what SRG were doing as well. It's just that maybe Kozen
Two of
took
their
a bit
mid trio.
more time to scale up rather than Innocent. Innocent again in that game was
There's no
I think the casters mentioned it too. He was a
Atlas.
bit too free. They could rely on him on the damage
Akai.
already when they needed it the most. But Kozen,
Eudora-
I think
Eudora
it took a
Akai?
bit more time for them. So maybe there could
Hirara-
be some adjustment in
Hirara's
terms of
open.
that. Maybe
Cho.
giving him over a much better matchup in lane. But with the Hirara Cho already showing up, I think Kozen either way would already have a very difficult job.
Hume's
So what
show
do we see here? Do we
is
see
always
Moskov
interesting.
Picked up now.
They go
Oh, they
for
pick
a
up the
Ruby.
Now that's gonna be good because
Hey.
here's the thing. Pro Esports banned out the Cho, but
First
now
phase
Yuzi
Ruby,
gets
by
the
the way.
Cho, and now
Yeah, and we have
Pro
not seen her
Esports,
at
Ruby was
all.
banned against them, and now they get the Ruby. Moon, my question to you right now with Belleric as well as Ruby, there's a lot of crowd control. Do you think Sekai's on this Hirara can go in and out? Do you think Freya can go in and out? Because I don't know, it looks like Belleric and Ruby is countering 3 heroes of SRG.
In
But
a grand
they
scheme of
still
things,
can't do
Pro's
anything
looking
actually
good.
because Freya got immune, right? When
she's
he's
immune, yeah.
using ulti, and Chao also. I think the approach for SRG game right now will be different. Will be more towards laning and objectively.
Okay.
Also with vision.
Vision.
They
yeah.
will play vision a lot on this game in this game. So let's see how they play.
Yeah, so it looks like Slangray Giants, they want to try to control the map now. But again, Pro Esports, they want to go for team fight. Personally, for me, this is very scary coming in
They
from
have
Pro
their
Esports.
XP laner unless they want to put
Very
Ruby
similar to what
Gold.
happened in game number 1.
And
we saw how SRG were able to
Kimmy
answer
could be
that, and they're also
Kimmy could be
still
banned here.
letting go of the possibility of this Freya
Valentina
still being
ban.
flexed eventually.
Pro
Like, if they
forcing
still
on
wanna go for a
Might
marksman
Force
in the gold,
Eudora.
Innocent can still get a hold of his Moscow, but at the same time, you also wouldn't really want to see him on the Freya either, because
Right.
it's equally just as aggressive, and you could just pick up another source of crowd control or means to combo this lineup through an EXP lane pick for Cram, because either way, I think SRG could be very flexible with the picks that they have right now.
Honestly, interesting that they're banning out the Esmeralda as well. So I think Moon is onto something here. They really want to win the lane. So I feel like Slangway Giants in game number 1, they were playing the mid game as well as a little bit of.
There's Eudora
I
ban.
think for this one,
Eudora ban. Another appearance. Another appearance of Eudora.
Control the map by the first 10 minutes of the game.
Well, when you look at what you could do better, if you go back into that room for the 10 minutes between games, that's what you're talking about. I mean, those were the moments of a coach to come in and say, this is what we can improve. You guys did great towards the end once Innocent got going, but if they had countered Innocent a bit more...
We're back to regular mage picks now.
I mean, I'm focused on what they're going to put Kuzin on, because the Hearth didn't quite match up with Innocent, and so they need somebody to kind of go toe-to-toe, maybe pressure him out, make sure he doesn't have such a free game.
Vexana?
Vexana?
But like,
What do you think about this Vexana pick? Like, Eudora, okay, but what about Vexana?
Vexana,
The Terrify,
rasanya dorang
perchance?
lebih fokus ke arah untuk bagi sisi lah, untuk crowd control to chain. Yes.
Chain,
So, dorang more towards
Beleric, Ruby, Vexana have crowd
sebab
control.
kan kita boleh nampak dekat first game tadi, dorang susah nak target tau. Player SRG kan. Tapi kali ni
They're denying it.
betul-betul ada
Isn't it deny on the glue? But like, they have Cho already. So what's the vision with Vexana on the lineup of
Vexana has a
Pro?
lot of burst as well as good control with the ult. So looks like Pro Esport, what Moon is saying, they still want to double down on more crowd control, but this time having Vexana going
Hot
straight to the
Farsa.
back and try to get an instant kill.
Okay.
But now Slangway Giants with the Farsa as
They're
well.
gonna deny a
So
safe
right now,
marksman.
It looks like they want to fight fire with fire. You have burst, we have burst, and he can still play the long lane with the Claude.
Wow, look at this.
Not looking fun. This is not looking fun.
I mean, I don't know about you. I'm having fun with the draft coming in from both teams.
Well, if you're
What
playing
if
this lineup
Mia?
right now, then you might not have this much of a good time because you already are seeing so much backline potential from SRG, and you're playing.
What if Mia?
a Vexana with little to no mobility or escape tools as well. If not for that knock-up, you could just get from the.
Like Mia could get close, she could purify out of the with the dragon.
We're not sure if the Ruby is gonna be his hero, honestly. But Moon, do you think it's Gold Ruby, or do you think they are still planning to flex it? Okay,
Harith
never
going
mind.
safe.
To it.
Boring.
In some ways, this is confidence that we did some things right and we needed to swap a little bit. That's where the Ruby comes in off the ban list and the Vexana to try to mix up what is a similar
Yard.
pairing, Ling and Beleric for Pro Esports. But the Farsa, the Cho, the Claude, and
I'm just
all
wishful
the picks
thinking.
here for
It's
SRG.
just wishful
I
thinking
gotta
for
say,
me.
this looks like a very fun draft coming in from Slangway Giants. This is the kind of draft that says we still want to show our micro, but we just want to end the game fast.
Moon, it's been great having you and your thoughts as well. We're going to follow you along your stream. Thank you for joining
Thank
the
you
desk.
for having me.
As game 2 is about to get underway, SRG trying to make it back to grand finals here for the third time in a row at MSC. The challenge of Pro Esports stands in the way. What can they do? Game 2.
Very iffy. It's very
And
iffy.
Trex.
I think it might be the same. Pro might dominate early, but over time, SRG will get the
I'm
comeback.
not gonna lie, initially when I saw Vexana, I'm pretty sure with the rest of the world, we were all like, wait, what? Why? Why are we going this when the Eudora was already doing some good work trading battle spells? And I think what it comes down to is wave clear. I mean, you can get Cinco de Pepe to come with you every single time to get that concussive blast, but now with Sa on this Vexana, single-handedly, I can clear this waves. Pepe, go where you need to be.
That is fair, but you still have to be careful because with something
Heals
like
with
this,
invade. They're only level 1,
you
so it's
lack the
fine.
flicker. Yes, you had to pick up a flicker yourself, but you lack the movement, and that's where I kind of like this Farsa. And you lack some of that big AoE where I would have kind of liked the Eve possibly for Pro. But again, they're the pros here. They're the ones who have to make the decision. You do at least get the stiff
Attack
arm
speed
for
for
Cram.
Rider
have
Ember,
Terrified.
Master Assassin
You
on
have that
Cram.
ult that can kind of either
Bro wants to win the
disengage or
lane.
engage, so there is potential for Saw here.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of potential, in matter of fact. I was thinking Yves in the same exact light, but I think the big problem is that once you drop down that RWM, you're kind of a sitting duck, and I think here up in the top side, he's
Damn.
doing a very good job at winning out this lane. And
You know what? When I do that in the first minute, I get ganked immediately.
He's going near call
I hate this game.
Beleric is on the way.
Oh, Sakai's though wants to try to target.
Wow.
First blood into the hands of Sakai's.
And it's just a little too late. Pepe could not get there in time. A great setup coming in from SRG.
Great patience,
side, but now
great patience
it
from
looks like
Sakai.
with that top side winning the way that it is,
Dash use, flicker use, that's when you go in. And no Purify as well.
Ruby is gonna try their best to try and slow
All of them have
Cram
no
down as
Purify.
much, and more ideally sandbag him.
Coily gets knocked up. Coily's been doing amazing on this Ling last game. Even when he died, he was making some great plays, always at least trading off. Able to secure the first 3 turtles, all 3 turtles, into the hands of Pro Esports. This time, Pro, though, definitely taking a slightly slower pace. They want to look for the engage, but look at SRG in this bush.
Yeah.
Oh, what a hook.
A lot of damage comes
Cram
out.
forced to use the Valkyrie Ascent defensively. Coily still closing in on the Stormy. I mean, Felix is down. Coily. Humes. Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Humes not going to punish.
Nah, unfortunately, the
Okay.
is coming back up only in 12
Is that correct? Did SRG get into early on?
And Stormy, they had the right idea. They're in position to actually activate the gank, but as soon as that feather airstrike comes up, instant target prioritization coming in from Coily to attack him. Let's look at the replay one more time, right?
Yeah, they went first
through,
and
Cram
it's a
decided to
punish.
disengage from that fight. I was thinking whether Cram could actually 1v3, but it's too early on in the game for him to do that. So they just have to peel away the jungler to slow down any kind of snowball attempt.
Still a big win for SRG, though. 1.2k gold lead.
Tournament for a
2
kick.
kills.
There is no
The
kick.
deaths are on Sariam Felix and Kuzin.
He is a level 4.
Laners. And a big kick.
Wait, the dragon. Oh my god. Okay. Beautiful pick. Very synchronized. Humes. Sounds of figure out of here. Some of the blades used up. Humes. He doesn't have pure. He doesn't have Shunpo, I think. Did he just use Shunpo?
And he falls. Coily now trying to pick up
Humes.
something in the midst of the chaos. Tempest of Blades on to Pepe and he falls. Coily now
Shunpo.
trying to pick up
1,
something in the midst of the
2,
chaos. Tempest of Blades does
3.
come down.
He cannot dash. Yep, he cannot dash.
And on the opposite, a lot of their damage is coming from both Sakai's as well as Stormy. Yums is supplementary damage, but eventually it's going to fall off in the later stages of the game.
All right, so with that, I feel like we're taking a slightly slower pace this game. Things seem a little more even, but SRG still holding a nice lead.
And I like the movements from this, right? Hey, let's try and invade. Oh no, they're already there? Okay, let's quickly clear up mid and set up a potential dive on bot side. Now keep in mind, sorry, I'm Felix. 7 more seconds until that flicker comes back up and Cram. I mean, he's thinking about it, but somebody needs to make the kick happen.
He does have the ult. This is a scary hero to go under a tower with. A lot of ability to hold you down.
Everyone wants Felix. Everyone wants Felix.
They're all there. They finally do show themselves.
Humes going in. Force a flicker out. That's a beautiful flicker.
Into safety, and SRG knows they weren't able to get it. They're gonna back off.
Beautifully played, and now they unlock Cram from this lane, and they need to quickly run back up towards Turtle side. Unfortunately for Pro, they can't rush it down just yet, so SRG will contest.
Looms gets away the dragon.
Humes away the dragon onto PvP. Valkyrie descent onto Sai. He cannot participate in the fight. Rather the dragon in desperation trying to survive, but still couldn't. Sai gotta get taken down as well as Humes. Kozen doing a lot of damage. Cram jumping onto the Harith. Innocent. Are the 3 from behind. Sorry, and Felix now in the fray, trying to look for some crowd controls. Pro Esports in control of the turtle.
They don't have enough to contest for this turtle. They trade supports, and that's the thing. They're trying to make sure they keep Coily in one place for as long as
I'm
possible.
also using this to practice my play-by-play myself.
Play on the opposite side. Let's look at this replay one more time, because initially I was thinking maybe they don't have enough damage, but then Innocent comes in with a blazing duet to give that last bit of a kick that they need to get across that finish line. Cram,
Yeah, they had to divide, like target prios.
for the side of Pro Esports.
I get it. You really want to take out the Valeric, but at the same time, yeah, it is a tank. But like without that tank trying to engage, there are other opportunities to go for kills in the back line. You know, so I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Esports are matching the pace very well across the map, and even when SRG looks for plays, they haven't been able to secure the big gank yet.
Yeah,
yes, they're able to like attack the offlane, but nobody's gone down to those advances just yet.
See, that's the thing. I think that Pro actually decided to adapt it. They realized that a lot of the punishment was targeted towards Coily's side.
Oh, I'm yawning so much.
Even down here by bot side, right? They're trying to keep him invisible areas across the map. They're not letting him take control on the opposite ends, and I think they've been doing this since game number 1 for the side of SRG. Pro on the other side, hey, if they're focusing on our Ling for this long, you know what? We're gonna play for our Harith, right? Look at the reinforcements.
I want to stay until Team Liquid goes, but like, it's the last match of today.
As well from SRG. They're going to be able to take that tower on the bot side as well. It finally falls. They've used so much just to try to secure it. And all
Tower
Pro
trade,
Esports are
top
gonna
and
get out of
bottom.
This is the top tower.
This is quite the scrum, a game of rugby. Sakai's, no, Coily not going to go for it just yet. Scared that maybe without the Blade of Tempest, he's going to get hit by the stun. That's a pretty good call here for the side of Pro. It's 6-3, but this 1.7k lead has not been developed further than this.
All right, so Pro Esports kind of backed against the wall a little bit here. I do feel like SRG has been ahead of them, but still they're calm, right? And Coily continues to look for targets.
Valkyries and
Wants
Crown.
so bad.
A lot of damage. Temper the Blades. Dash out with the shields. Felix in the fray. Way out the dragon. Beautiful angle. Oh god, Yums. You're a madman.
Jungler for a roamer. SRG gets a huge advantage.
It's great, it's great. This turtle should fall into their hands as Pro is forced to move back into the
It's a
lane.
perfect angle as well. Holy crap.
Listen, he's max stacked right now on that Art of Thievery. He's dealing some real damage.
The damage from Stormy as well on Asari and
Stormy,
Felix.
some damage.
And everyone
Sakai
misses
securing the
Cram.
turtle.
Looking for the engage here. Doesn't have the Valkyrie sent. Will back off. Kuzin looking for a quick strike. Drop spawns.
Kuzin!
But he's stunned up. Taking
Wow, punish.
might just get away from the blaze. They do win. Kuzin dashes back. Innocent.
Excuse me?
Final shot down. But still a win
Oh.
in SRG's book.
Oh my goodness, you can hear that crowd. What a gut punch. They wanted to see Kuzin go down, but his mechanics kept him back up. And with the trades that have been happening,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
not the worst for Pro, but at the same time, it's not helping the scenario, right? It's just trying to stop the bleeding. It's trying to
Posen,
stop
what the
infection from spreading. And for Pro, Coily, he's that guy. But let's look at this replay just one more time, right? A great
Posen was there all the way there, and then when he's caught, even immobilized, flicker, shield, flicker, shield, frick, dashing
I
shit.
was so locked onto Kuzin. Sakai's getting taken out by Sarge.
How?
Definitely evens the playing field a little bit there in that fight, right?
That Zaman Force was suspiciously long.
Last game when they were ahead, they were sitting at about a 2.5k goal lead, and SRG was able to turn things around. This time SRG only leading by 1.4. Pro Esports definitely not out of this. They're going to try to move on to this bottom tower. The slow push, and SRG's not going to be able to make it there. Gotta watch out for
With the dragon again. Comes the blades. Yums completely punished from that cram. At the Easy Purify, out of the Ruby combo. They lose their roamer.
Able to get the Tempest of Blades out and buffer it just before the kick actually connects. Really good stuff here because it comes in two parts with that kick. So if you want to drag it out and max it out, you absolutely can. But if you got the right boots, you can get out of it no problem as soon as you have your abilities available. This could be Flicker, this could be Bladed Tempest. Either or works the exact same way. In this particular case here, I'm noticing that SRG, unfortunately, don't have the same benefits. Pro can walk into you like a bulldozer, overwhelming force. SRG actually have to play the consistent push and pull. They can't all go in at the same time. If not, Bellerin gets value, but Cram can't go in by himself.
Both teams dead even on towers on the off lane.
Listen, man of the turtle, man of the lord, for the airstrike, Yums, gonna be a sacrifice, a premature sacrifice right there. He,
Pro Esports now
I'm gonna
with
sneeze.
a man up. Aren't going to rush this Lord, but Sakai's with a cheeky positioning into this tri-bush, looking for someone to fall into the trap.
Actually, that was pretty huge. The fact that Pepe lost not only his Flicker, but his Wrath of the Dryads, he can't force a play upon his opponents. He pressed the buttons in the wrong order, and now this contention might be a little bit harder than it seems.
I mean, with a man up, it still feels comfortable. Sakai's going to try to make
Sakai's, couldn't get
Still
it.
able to get the Lord. Sakai's able to get away with his life. Trying to take it. He's going to move on to the target, though. Pepe
Mobilizations
taking damage.
on the PP.
Valkyrie sent into the
The
base
Kai's
side.
completely overwhelmed. Temper the Blaze. Use up Kozen. Gonna be punished in the back line. Sorry, Felix. Crowd controlling Cram to death.
It's 2 down in the
2
side SRG.
for 1 in favor of Pro. Lord marching on top.
Talking about it's so difficult for SRG to throw everything at the wall. Somebody might be out of position, somebody is a little too far, and they need to be in literally the perfect triangulated area to catch everybody. Because look at the tri-brush here. Instantly when you see that Cram decides, I'm going to change my targets over to Saw's side, the rest of Pro immediately collapse around him, and most importantly, Sarian Felix is buying the perfect amount of time for everybody to either battle spell out of there or create some distance.
Come on, SRG.
Private airstrike does come down in defense.
Oh,
Damage on
Pro
Yums.
good with it.
He's able
Holy
to hang
crap.
along in these fights. The damage just a little too much.
Pro's good with it.
From Pro Esports.
Absolutely good with it.
Are they gonna move for this? Uh-oh. Oh, Sarian Felix comes in. Purple buff. is
Dried.
secured by Sakai
Ultimate's used
still,
up.
But a close call on the side SRG.
Could they potentially dive this? And Sarian Felix, he might just initiate. He's looking for these T2, but he's definitely not going to get that tower.
Damage. Feathered Airstrike comes down. Sarian Felix forces it back off. Tower does not go down like you said. But Pro Esports are relentless. They're going to wait for the next wave and take it down.
Yeah, this Ruby pick, especially with the wave, ridiculous side.
A little bit of a 1v1 here.
There's a 1v1. Ah! Too much burst.
Coily, though,
Sakai's could get immobilizations, not immobilizations. Coily can still move within that frame of Sakai's attack.
He was really trying to sell that he was by himself, and unfortunately that costed him his life. And again, this is a much better position from Pro. Game number 1, they had the early game. Game number 2, now they have the mid to late down on lock.
Coily's starting to feel himself a little bit.
Oh, beautiful flicker. Flicker, I'm offended. Sakai's is down. Holy crowd control.
Back off immediately. They're playing it cleanly too. They don't overextend. We got our target and we leave.
He pulled off the Michael Jai White. He was like, he's not given the signal that he's going to engage. It just looks like his hand is floating there, and the next thing you know, he's caught 2.
Police will go again. The Blaze storming force to flicker out of here. Cram knocked up as well. Gotta get the kick, and they get tier 2 down on mid.
He really wants him to use it.
He wants it bad, and right now, I think that SRG, they have to recognize that they can't fight traditionally against Pro. It really comes down to the force mistakes, but now that they're taking too much structural damage, I don't know how much control they can actually have. Looking at the items, finally 3 down for Stormy. He's a real threat in the damage department, but he can never use his feathered airstrike first, because as soon as he does, Coily's right on top of him.
Oh, what a beautiful I'm offended there.
Right?
And Kuzin was so ready for it. The comms right now are on point.
It's so good. But the worst part is that it's unpredictable. You don't know when he's going to flicker I'm offended at this point. He's not giving the traditional signals most EXP laners usually give.
Yumes, giving vision.
Nice
At the resort. Onto the Belleric. Nobody home on I'm offended. Coily still trying to do some damage. Immobilizations on Sakai's.
One by one. Anyone can come catch these
Jungler
guys at
trade.
this point.
Yeah, they're throwing it up. They have to
Not
go D.
gonna contest just yet. Bro, might blitz it? Actually?
Seal out and yeah.
PvP's there. Sakai's.
Gonna look for it in.
Kozen
Gets the Lord. Blazing
is the one getting the Lord. Saw shredded down by Innocent. Sakai's down as well. Tempest of Blades. 4 blade combos. Unstoppable for Starry and Felix. Coily gonna be the target, but still no. Stormy is down.
next on the chopping block, but Pro doesn't care. They're coming down the mid lane.
And
Oh my lord.
Cambodians
Yep.
don't mess with their assassin plays, especially when it comes down to Ling, because they are nasty with it as they're looking to open up the inhibitor with a Lord empowered wave just after.
Oh, this might be it. Oh, this is it. Oh my lord. Is there a cannon? Yes, there is. GG. 1-1.
Esports tied the score.
What a prediction with the I'm offended. Holy cow, we got a real game on our hands. 1-1.
Well played, well played. Very chaotic, which SRG may not be prepared for.
The outplays were really good this time.
I'll tell you what, we're not sad about it at all.
Absolutely not.
This is entertainment right here. It's a 1-1. Yesterday we had to watch all sweeps. Today, in the group of death, every team is fighting for their life.
I cannot believe that we've already got such great quality games within the first 2 days. Yesterday it was about clean macro. Now it's about how dirty you can get. How good is your infighting? These neutral objectives though, I gotta tell you, Trex, half the time I'm making a prediction in my head. Are they fighting or are they taking the neutral? I've gotten wrong every single time.
You never know. They're always fighting, and they're always taking the neutral. It's all part of the plan, remember?
Yeah, that's
all part of the plan.
You're right. I need to open my mind up a little bit
Your
more.
third eye, man.
It's not there yet. It's too
Oh
early
no, I think I
here in
ripped my
MSC to
tab.
open up that
Oh
third
no.
eye, but based on what we've seen so far, Pro, they've adapted so
I
well.
ripped the
Having
tab.
a lot
Oh
more
no.
Wave control with not only Justice Vexana,
Damn
but
it.
making sure that
I ripped the
Felix
thing.
is a great answer. No Esmeralda, no
Ah.
problem. You're playing Freya. All I gotta do is sustain.
I have another
There's
laptop
literally
right
nothing you
here.
can do. I'm
I
gonna
can
lock you down
put like
for
some other
ages.
stuff.
And honestly,
And I
we
ripped
worried a
this
little bit
thing.
about Saw,
I ripped
and I
this
feel like
thing.
even though it wasn't a star
Rip,
of the team,
literally.
It still worked well against Cram and against these big advancers.
Well, with these big advances, let's throw it back over to our desk to break it down. Do you agree with us? Was it all this one pick, or could there be more as we throw it back to the desk?
Thank you, Gideon and Trex. Well, I can agree with one thing. The fans are hype. France is finally alive here at MSC as we got one of our first set going 3 games. And of course, it's in the Group of Death. Welcome back to the desk. My name's Rain Day. I'm joined by Brigida and LaFell here to break down the action. And that was what we would call action. What a comeback. But if you were watching and you were watching closely, Brigida, I wouldn't be surprised. Pro Esports, it felt like it was coming, and it came in game 2.
Yeah,
They got a recline.
like they barely
This is going on for long.
Game number 1, they didn't
I'm not sure if I
really
can make it
switch
to the
up
end.
much. It was just them trying to
Because I have somewhere to be tomorrow.
Just their XP lane. Like their gold lane stayed the same. Their XP lane, I think that's what made one of the
I'm gonna go to
differences in this
PGDX
game,
tomorrow.
Simply because it was also one of the heroes that they used to dictate the pace and set up a lot of times throughout that game. There was that one highlight. From Sorry I'm Felix. You have to give it to him to actually close it out almost from that point onwards.
Speaking of Sorry I'm Felix, we actually had a chance to catch up with him for a pre-match interview. Let's hear a little bit about his mentality heading into this matchup against SRG.
Hey everyone, it's Eterna here with Sorry I'm Felix. Welcome, Sorry I'm Felix.
Sorry I'm Felix.
So, first of all, we gotta ask, why are you sorry that you're Felix?
Sorry I'm Felix. I just want to say I'm sorry before I attack you.
Oh, sorry before he attacks you. All right, so we get context there. But Felix, this is not the first time that we've seen you coming through to MSC. We've seen you with See You Soon, and
Her language is
you were
interesting.
up against SRG. Now you're going up against SRG again. What's the main difference now?
បាទអញ្ចឹងអានេះមិនមែនជាលើកទី1ដែលយើងជួប Felix នៅ MSC ពីមុននៅជាមួយក្រុមគេហើយឥឡូវបានជួបជាមួយ SRC ម្ដងទៀតប៉ុន្តែខាងនេះខាង Pro Esports អញ្ចឹងលើកនេះមិនដែរមានអារម្មណ៍ស្វាយចិត្តហើយប្លែក
Virgo is live with Coleus.
Yeah, I feel like this is a new thing for me. Before I met this team on my prior team, and now I'm here on my new team, and I'm meeting them again in this match.
Do you think it's stronger now? Do you think the team is stronger?
គាត់ថាក្រុមរបស់អ្នកថ្ងៃនេះខ្លាំងជាងក្រុមពីមុន
Yeah ខ្ញុំគិតថាអាចនឹងខ្លាំងជាងពីមុន
Yeah, I think we're stronger.
Okay, he thinks they're stronger. Can we ask why?
បាទអញ្ចឹងសូមសួរហេតុអ្វី
ដោយសារពួកយើងខំប្រឹងច្រើនហើយពួកយើងមានពេលវេលាត្រៀមជាមួយគ្នាច្រើន
Yeah, I feel like we worked really hard and we had time to train together.
Okay, so they worked really hard, they've trained together, and obviously they've trained for the new meta. So what does he think about the new meta? What do you think about the new meta? Considering that we've seen a rise in assassins in the jungle, how is the EXP lane like right now?
បាទអញ្ចឹងបានវឹកហាត់នៅក្នុង meta ឬ series ថ្មីរបស់ game នេះអញ្ចឹងពីមុនមាន jungle ឥឡូវខាង XP
Eminem language if you're a casting game. You're casting a game. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be like speed. You have to be more. You have to think clarity over speed. But like,
yeah. So for me,
speed is more of a skill thing than
that version, and then
trying to be an actual good play-by-play.
Okay, but how is the role like?
And also, Eminem speed is more for play-by-play instead of like other aspects like analysis and pumping an anchor. Different stuff. Different stuff.
I think they're all important.
Okay, they're all important. We'll get to see how exactly.
In a 3-person setting, in a casting desk,
again, they are up against SRG.
We learned this.
SRG last time when you met them.
Ironically, the person that speaks the least is the play-by-play.
Against SRG.
The action goes on for like minute after minute, while analysis needs to speak everything about like what happened after and what's gonna happen before, itemizations and such. They speak a lot, but the moments that they look at is when actions is there, like the team fights, skirmishes. That's when the play-by-play kicks
But
in.
Sorry, I'm Felix, a great interview.
But
from
that
him.
is just.
I really enjoyed hearing his
But sometimes there are
experience.
just
He's
few
referencing
opportunities
playing,
for
with CU
those
soon
that
at
happen
MSC 24,
for the
where they went
play-by-play to call.
2-0 down to SRG in that iteration.
Not a lot happen.
SRG
They don't
went at,
happen a lot.
MSC
The anchor,
now, back on
they're the ones in
MSC
charge of the
26,
flow of
France,
the
they've actually
program,
taken a game,
so they speak a
already
lot as
performed
well.
better. He's already said we're stronger. They are
The color.
stronger in terms of results. And
As
Lefebvre,
well.
we didn't get your thoughts after that game, after this post-match breakdown graphic comes up. Give us your thoughts.
Americans are still
on
good with their
what
casting
you
team
saw.
fight.
Sorry, I'm
Like,
Felix impact speed
her
now that the
language,
Ruby
or just
was
like
available for him.
I mean,
Happy birthday, Sanford! Happy birthday!
because the thing about SRG,
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
having that Ruby constantly applying crowd control.
Wait, I gotta find it again.
Sorry, and Felix doesn't die as well. Really made it so that Sa using that Vexana have a lot of free hits going in, as well as the lane coming in from Coily was not disrupted at all. So basically, no win condition was disrupted for what you call it, Pro Esports.
Yeah, it seems to be one of the most natural counters to
Where is it?
Cho, which they clearly tried to play around. It was a great.
Was it
start, but
Sanford
it
or-
worked out. We missed seeing the Cho and Farsa together and how aggressive they could be in the beginning of the game.
Or oh no, it's not
What I admire
Sanford.
the
Wait,
most, you see the attempts, the setups, not just.
Is this
coming from
Sanji?
Cho. I think
Wait.
it was more Yums also struggling to find footing, struggling to actually land those kicks, those setups towards the members of Pro Esports in that.
I have to look for it.
scenario.
Hiko is Hiko. Is Hiko pala.
You could automatically expect them to link up.
Why did I think of Sanford? Was Dol?
Hiko, happy birthday, Hiko, happy.
Wait. I remember this. Oh, you gotta refresh.
Happy birthday, Hiko. Happy birthday,
Hiko.
Happy birthday, happy birthday,
Happy This is not casting! This is not casting!
The third pick for Pro Esport was this Ruby.
Happy
which was picked out
birthday,
earlier.
Hiko!
The effect that Ruby has,
And then
because
at the right
counter
timing.
basically all three of these picks just by the relevance of them wanting to go in.
Woo!
And Sorry and Phil's making sure that you guys never go out. So amazing drafting coming in from Pro Esport. We're just gonna see just a few clips here, and this is one of the mistakes
This is so
that
fucked up.
potentially could have been good for SRG because unfortunately,
First
for
stream
this one,
MPL
Pro Esports didn't
KH.
play that draft where they try to go
Yeah.
all in, Cozen goes all alone, and yet you see the minimap, everyone else, the damage dealers as well as the peelers, is nowhere close. The fact that he was able to survive this and eventually got a kill was unprecedented. So honestly, SRG should have won this one, but it's a good thing that Pro Esport was able to outplay that. And then we move on further. This is what I'm talking about. This is why the Ruby is so strong. Because we can see here, what Cram is supposed to do is to basically 1v4 in this line, giving a lot of space for the backlines of SRG to actually go for the attack. But as we see, that doesn't happen.
I wait
Look at
for
how
the
Cram
day
just
Telestrators
sits
might
there.
actually
There's
draw
nothing that he can do,
Pete.
and then once he
Just kidding.
dies, there's nothing that SRG could do. So amazing drafting coming in from Pro Esports. SRG needs to be careful of that coming to the next one. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of that. Yeah, thank you as well, Brigida. This is a second job here.
Oh boy,
at least she's getting paid. You know what I mean to do that. And I think at this point, when you look at these two teams, we have seen strengths.
Ooh, transition
other
to
strengths.
casters to
We'll
just
see if
pan
this
over to the
continues
arena.
be
I like
the
it.
case as we get ready to jump
Is that a drone or
where Pro Esports
the
is
second
allowed
floor?
to dictate the pace of these group fights with strong heroes like Belleric that has worked so well for PPP and has kept them consistent. Will they give Sariam Felix another
Coach
chance at the
Cam
Ruby?
or referee Cam?
Bounce that out in the
Oh, it is
end
coach.
phase to allow for Cram and again Innocence matchup against Kuzin. One could argue that that might have been the most important lever that SRG pulled in game one that they did not pull in game two, Brigida.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I think it was encouraged by the fact that they saw it was a not so high on mobility mid lane. It was a Vexana. They had to go in for dives because
I'm
they
gonna
were already expecting
recline
backline
for a
attempts,
moment.
especially from Coily on the Ling, and that there had to be someone who could bypass the walls that clearly Pro would set up just
Can I see
because of
myself?
how they wanted to
I can
answer
barely
and
be
catch
seen.
these dive heroes. But then it didn't really work out well, especially as the team fights did not really
That's fine.
favor them eventually. But now it's different. It's flying
Flying Cloud.
I personally feel
I'm gonna
like
be
it was also
lazy
something
AF.
that SRG wanted to limit this. They want to see with the Cho, can they catch Coily on that Ling? And he showed that. Good luck, because that's not gonna happen. So I feel like if
One-handed.
SRG, they have two options: either ban out the Ling or allow them to pick the Ling, but this time pick out the Moskov as well, because that seems the more reliable choice
Never
against the
mind.
Ling.
Yeah, I think they could have
I
attempted
can't
to
do it.
try if the Cho could just catch the Ling. But also, you know, like, it's not just the Ling. You have to also worry about the Ruby.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
being
yeah.
countered just in the same way. So you couldn't really do the job that you wanted to execute. But now we're seeing exact same sides. 3 games in a row. It's going
Fanny.
to be SRG on blue and Pro Esports
Fanny ban,
on
still Fanny
red.
ban.
But the difference...
Which is weird, because the color of the shirts are...
Yeah, it's the opposite.
It's the
weird.
opposite. Hey, that's us, Brig.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing yellow and blue.
So what does that mean?
Wow. And you're sitting on the same sides here for this draft. You can't see it on camera, but LaFell's on the left side. So does that mean you feel SRG is going to do something a little different with this pick?
Hey.
Oh, yes.
Feels kind of-
Yes.
I mean, they've been allowing the response.
I mean,
right?
like, here's the thing. Coach Arcadia as well as Coach Ozoravecki, they know how to respond. They know how to adapt. So I'm fully confident in them adjusting for this one. But I got to say, win or lose, game 1 and 2 already showed that this is an amazing game. So
yeah.
I'm all up for whoever wins this one as long as it's good.
They gotta ban the
I'm
Belleric. Ban the
wondering
Belleric.
if Esports Tour considering banning out the Phobius, because I don't know if SRG wanna pick up the Ling this time. Because if ever they...
I want them to pick up the link.
But that's a good point. There has been like a hesitancy. They've had the opportunity to do it now.
Yeah. So
Why Sakai's, you think, going away from
Ah,
that?
Fanny still.
it's already mentioned earlier, that's probably them also just really destroying the confidence of their opponents.
You think that's what it is? It's
Oh.
1-1 now.
Well,
Please pick up the link just so that we can see it again, because
Ling, Freya.
I feel like part of it is sometimes you let that pick go because you know that you can counter it, right? So
Ling. But Pro's still gonna pick Belleric.
right, and then they see with the Cho, maybe they can't.
Not
so
good enough.
I want to see how they're gonna adjust for that, because the other one
He could still pick Freya.
painful to say. What if after 2
Esmeralda
years,
still
he
open.
just doesn't have enough practice with that hero again? Yeah, because I believe muscle memory is there. You can still do good, but hey, there's a lot that can happen in 2 years. You know, as your age
Ling,
gets
there we go.
older, but hey, finally, Ling is
Belleric
back.
Freya.
yeah, and Pro Esports don't
It's
have
an
the
exchange.
focus or don't have like the opportunity to grab it for themselves this time. So Coily might have to pick
Belleric
something
still.
different. Maybe we see the Hirara in his hands this time around.
Hirara
Possibly
is
Red
possible
3
also.
If they want to pick it up there, because as of the moment right now, they are going to go straight for the Belleric Prio. Or maybe if they want to save a bit more of their strategies, they could also show the Hirara here too. But at the same time, they're just the Freya still open. There's
Would you
a
grab
bunch
the
of other-
Eudora still.
The Eudora.
That's true.
Yeah, trying to make sure that they can control the assassins or just high mobility heroes here. So I'm liking the Eudora pick here. I feel like Pro Esports, I just want to know whether they want to Hirara themselves or they want something else in the jungle. Because, hey, you know, like playing, there are different assassins. Maybe they have a different option. It would be
Don't wanna see
scary, I gotta
Saber.
say, if Pro Esports somehow get
Eudora Saber.
Moscow
We're in 2020, 2021 again.
having a good time.
Yep.
Eudora phobia, Saber phobia. Remember when defenses can become negative?
Wondering now if SRG, do they want to stick with something similar to what they did in game number 1-2? The Valentina is still there. If they just want to further limit the options here for Pro
The
Esports, or
defense
if they just
shred
wanna play
meta.
with strong mid duos again, similar to what we saw in game number 2. Because there goes the Valentina, as we've mentioned.
Valentina
so,
Badang.
they are
Badang in
picking
first
that up.
phase this time.
But the Badang, I'm surprised it actually shows up here.
Why are you surprised?
I feel like it was something you'd expect more to come out in second phase.
It's a little early.
Like, you don't expect the Badang to get banned.
Yeah.
You're expecting maybe the Raiders get banned, maybe the Esmeralda, because right now, looks like SRG want to run it back for game number 1, except this time, changing the Herrera into a Ling.
Yeah.
But that does mean that Cram has to use some kind of frontliner. He has to be the bait, and then Valentina as well as Badang, used by Stormy as well as Humes, is supposed to be the backup.
And I mean, I think they are saving that EXP pick so far on the side of Pro Esports, so we don't know what that's going to show up with. But when so far Cram having a good game, and then that kind of setup, sorry, on Felix being on the backside. Now when he had a great game with the Herrera getting picked up.
You know,
from
I'm
Joe,
gonna listen to
Sorry, Felix was
Merkel
able to control
while
tempo with the Ruby, and that really helps. So maybe that Cram matchup is really important for Sorry on Felix.
Honestly, even in the interview, Eterna asked whether the
I'm gonna listen to Merkel while
it definitely is, and I feel
watching
like
the stream. Why not?
Ferrara as well as Ling,
I want to
they
hear.
would prefer if their EXP is winning that matchup, because
I want to
both
hear what his
junglers
reactions are.
like to counter engage inside the enemy jungle, right? They want to path vertically. They don't want to clear their own jungle. They also want to clear the opponent's jungle. And if your EXP is winning, bonus, if your mid duo is winning as well, your jungler, your position 1 is going to have such a good time.
Herrera's the
I
pick.
just don't see it being a good game for a Ruby potential pickup again.
Okay.
If ever, sorry, and Felix does want to consider that.
Uranus
Simply
ban.
because of the presence of a Valentina this time, which I feel like if you pair together with the Badang in multiple ways, stealing away the I'm offended through the
Harith is open.
then that could just
If-
mean more and more damage for Pro Esports in terms of the team fight.
Pro might want to ban Esme if they're thinking of picking up
we
Harith
are going to
again.
expect from Cram as well.
Esme banned for
So
Pro so they can pick up
would just
Harith
probably
safely.
enhance their team fight capabilities if ever they go for the Ruby route all over again. But again, there are a couple more options out there, and considering that there's a XP lane matchup you just really want to guarantee favoring your side, then there's a chance we also see it considered in last for Pro Esports in this draft.
Do you let the Freya go through?
Moscow is the ban.
That's a good question. Yeah. Here's the thing. I feel like Freya could do it if they're looking at Pro Esports' 4th pick. Does not have a lot of crowd control, because Freya's tankiness comes from lifesteal, right? And then your picks like the Arenas just by healing very, very fast. So I feel like the Freya, as long as there's not much crowd control, so she can keep basic attack to death.
Alice
then I
back.
think they're like, you know
Do
what,
they
we can go for
okay,
Freya again.
they're not thinking of
Fourth pick, whatever it
Harith?
is, has 0 crowd control, then yeah, maybe Freya. If not, maybe something like a Terizla.
They want to pick
would be
Esme for
a better option, just to
themselves.
be a tanky frontline.
Maybe.
Moskov ban.
Yeah.
So we won't see that.
And we also don't know if like SRG are considering.
Wait, honestly, another pick. One of Cram's favorite is the Lapu.
Yeah.
I feel like it is going to be good enough still. And there's a potential for a pick like a Sora, where I can see how they're going to play is someone goes in, please kill Eudora fast. Once Eudora's out of the picture, it's a bit safer for the Ling to come in. So they have two
Brody?
options. Either have a tank to absorb all the damage, or kill the Eudora so fast that the Ling can just clean up.
Yeah, and we also don't know if SRG
Someone loves you, Brigida, but that's every day, bro.
It's Brigado. It was Brigado.
It's every day, bro. they want to Harith.
Very
Oh,
much. But going back, it's gonna be another Harith for.
and I can
we don't know
see
if, again, SRG might
Esme
wanna
is
consider a
open.
double fighter setup as
Esmeralda
well.
for
Since
for
the Freya is still open,
for
as
Fram.
mentioned. So there's a possibility they go for that in gold, and then another hero in EXP if they just wanna play around the Ling for Cram, and that just makes them a lot more team fight heavy as well. That's just gonna help them.
Imagine
execute
Paquito
much
Gold.
more of
Esme
the
Paquito Gold.
maybe creative.
They still want to go marksman here. Blood is the
A lot
safest.
of the other marksmen are also still available, nonetheless, if they want to consider that. But
Claude
I'm
Esme,
considering a
Claude
Freya
Paquito,
potential here.
Okay.
Sora,
Innocent had a great game 1.
Granger,
Set the tone.
Yu Zhong.
Oh.
Yu Zhong is the
Song
pick.
coming in as
Flint.
well as a Clint. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna go very fast for this one. This means Pro Esport, if they pick up a tank in the EXP,
Just
they
instant
will
burst
lose.
on the
Yu Zhong,
Harith and laning.
Great in lane, but more devastating in terms of turtle fights, team fights, anything in the river. He will be able to dive in, stop them. The anti-CC that Yuzong has helps him a
Ito.
lot. And Clint, if he gets going, the burst is going to be so high. I don't there's a chance that Hirara won't be able to get into the iframes and just die instantly.
Isn't this also just like one of the best ways to deal with the Eudora? You just fly around the Eudora and you don't care about the threat of getting stunned as long as you're still in your dragon form. So
trying to stun me when I'm...
Yeah.
Although, honestly, that should have higher effect because Yuzong's high in the sky. So lightning should be more effective. But
True. You're actually closer.
Yeah.
Right? And there's the Freya.
Freya.
So I think they got to answer so much here. Laning wise, Clint into the
I knew they're taking so long. I almost slept.
to the back lines.
It's only game 1.
I gotta say, Rain, this is
Am I that tired?
It's hard for me to call because the win condition is not like rock paper scissors. This is very like you need a lot of context about what happens in the game. So it's gonna be difficult for me to call this one.
Yeah, so probably one of those down to execution type of
Yeah,
scenarios.
I'll need this.
As cliche as it sounds, it might be the way to go as we head into game number 3.
Well, as it should be, with two teams fighting to advance here. One to go elimination side, one to keep their dreams alive with a chance to advance with one more win. Let's see what happens here as we go to game 3 of our first series of Group B.
As we jump on into this match point for either side, and I gotta agree with the table here. It is a tough game to call as both compositions are distinct in what they want to do, but most importantly, it changes and fluctuates depending on the game state, and each one of these phases is gonna be devastating for those who give first blood.
Let's be honest, all 3 games have been a tough game to call. It has been a coin flip back and forth between these 2 teams. I do feel like SRG, there's a lot on the line of how is Innocent going to do on this Clint. Yes, sometimes the Clint can be an amazing pick, but for me, I worry that there's just not enough of a box around him, and he could be an easy target for Pro Esports.
I think he's going to be the main anchor of the team. He's going to be coming in the last person to show up. I think it's going to be Cram who has to somehow zone outside to keep him outside of that area, and the rest of the team need to figure out how to way to deal with Sariam Felix, because let me tell you, that Vengeance is going to buy him like 3 seconds worth of time, and
Bargain Hunter, put yourself together for the first half. Put yourself together, Eudora. Take your cooldowns. Standard sustain. And Rage, Rage Smite for Valor.
It is game 3.
Tank with move speed. Tank Emtem with move speed for down. He wants to get a lot.
He understands. I'm willing to trade flickers, but most importantly, if I catch somebody without theirs, it's game over for them. And I like the fact that Pro have adjusted, right? They didn't get super aggressive in the mid stages of the game. And more importantly, for the mid lane, they want SRG to kind of walk out here. They've already figured out the jungle pathing of where Sakai's is going to be with the help of Cinco de Pepe, and he's made sure he knows, okay, he started on orange buff. They're going to show back up on this turtle side again, so level 4s are going to be key.
Good poke from Innocent there. He is forced to use the Revitalize, the Rejuvenation. On the boss side, Turtle will be up. Sakai's gonna look for any angle in, but again, both teams just taking things so slow. It's so different compared to what we saw previously.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Picker is up.
Speaking of the devil though, a lot of damage on
Saw.
Zooms taking out first blood into the hands of Coily. Basaw's gonna fall next as Stormy.
1 for 1 so far. Sakai has to look for an angle. He's so low. He's too low to contest. Too low to fight.
Over the pit.
Oh
as
no.
well. 2 members down inside of SRG. Skies isn't done just yet. Coily low. Stormy keeping vision. Yums back to the party. Doesn't have Fist Crack available to him. He's still level 3. So we can't get a big
break.
payoff. Sorry,
Flicker out of Stormy.
As Pro Esports takes the first turtle.
They tried to drag this out as long as possible, and really unfortunate for Cram, right? He finds the initial assist, but unfortunately he can't keep fighting forever when there's so much CC on the opposite side. Unlucky for Stormy, wasn't able to get the steal the Wrath of the Dryads fast enough to buy him those precious few seconds to get a little bit more out of his Shaw Residue passive. In the meantime though, this first turtle already in the hands of Pro, a very slight lead, but the lane states hasn't really changed too much. Maybe for Sariam Felix, but for everybody else, it's pretty neutral.
Sariam Felix just consistently rotating up to this mid. We can already see
rotation. Stormy.
They smelled blood.
Popping the Dryad.
Something more here.
Yeah.
Cram hanging out in lane. But I mean, that's kind of the plan, right? You wait until the objectives, and that's when you want to use that Black Dragon. Whereas when you're on this Freya, you want to move around a bit more. You have the ability to do that.
Yeah, the lane states are so important, especially like manipulating these waves. Cram understands if he hard shoves this, there's a good chance that Sariam Felix, if he's there at the right time, he's able to kind of freeze him out and will always take a negative trade against him if he's next to his tower.
Oh, Retro used up. Oh no.
Sakai's gets the kill.
Beautiful and intelligent invade here. They knew for a fact he was going to show up, knowing that he started on the top side of the map. So this was all pre-planned by SRG, and also not to mention the fact that they've denied information. On the top side, nothing much is going to be happening here, right? Like, we're expecting both teams to get more aggressive, but I think the lane states are by far too important to disrupt.
You know, you would think Pro has maybe learned the lesson a little bit. SRG has loved coming down to this bot lane. They love that tri-bush, but it looks like Pro loves Stormy.
I almost up. Okay, Stormy is going in, Stormy going down. I am sleepy, holy crap.
Moments to get an advantage.
Every single time. And luckily for Sariam Felix, he's not wasting much. He's just going. He wants a whole priority, doesn't mind sacrificing.
Oh, Flicker? Sounds Flicker out as well.
Knows he wasn't able to get more than one.
That's a Black Dragon form. I think they just have to give this up unless Cram makes a super play where he petrifies 3.
Cram is looking for it, unable to connect though.
Felix zoning out too.
Up, but it's just to make sure Cram can get away. Pro Esports moves on to the
Man,
turtle.
Pro's looking
as
clean with it.
Sakai's points his eyes elsewhere.
All right, that was expected here. It was going to be a no contest no matter what.
If Pro Esports wins 2-1, it's already shocking. SRG is down to the lower bracket in risk of elimination. If they lose.
Control over his side of the map, making it more difficult for people like Sakai's to even take his regular camps.
All right, so Pro Esports with good control over the rotations, good control over the map. Sariam Felix seems to be a step ahead of Cram. We saw this in game number 1 though. SRG just needed to wait for that mid state so they can start working together.
Conceal rotation on top, protect Frozen.
Right now they're still playing a very split up game. Do you think that moment's gonna happen around the 7-8 minute mark when some of those second items start really locking in?
I think it depends on who gets this upcoming turtle, right? If they can deny Sakai... Oh!
Freya use up, Humes burst it down, Stormy in return. Holy trying to go in. Valkyrie descends as well. Sariam Phoenix has to dash out of here. Gems of Blaze used up. Sakai's extremely low. Coily trying to go in with a Mobilize, and the combos from the Harara killing Innocent off. Mid tier 1 taken down. Coily is not done. Smelling blood in the water. Pro Esports winning this one. Even in snooze, even when I'm snoozing, I get activated. That's how I practice. In certain situations, I just like, you know, turn my mind off while other people are talking. But when I see some fight happening and then I wake my mind off, I wake my mind and turn it on, bang, play-by-play mode. That's how I practice. It's a lazy way of practicing.
Whatever you want to call him. The guy has been on fire, always catching Humes. And it's not just this game. We saw it before.
Third turtle now spawning.
This Belleric has been a nuisance overall. It makes it so hard for SRG to want to engage.
Yeah, and worse yet, now we're seeing the infection starting to bleed out from that EXP lane. Small camps getting taken away, and now they fight.
A lot of damage.
Right up again. Humes bursts it down. Stormy as well. 2 down for SRG. It's not gonna be the exchange. Sakai's trying to maneuver, but Coach is still closing in. Another one biting it, and that is Cram giving Coil the double.
They can't do anything about it. The peel is too good. And if
SRG losing?
Who finishes it as they take this T2. Let's look at this fight one more time, because again, this is a terrible position for SRG. They want to have a traditional front to back. Innocent doesn't have as much mobility now that he's playing Clint, instead of having something as good as a Harith or even a Moskov, or more importantly, the Claude.
Oh my god, in the chaotic meta like this, SRG, stats-wise, they're struggling. On paper, they're struggling. Because the meta right now is encouraged to a lot of assassins and aggression, especially with the changes to the jungle, the pacing of the games.
It's starting to look like a bit of bullying, right? You know, he's coming in and stealing the meat from your sandwich, leaving you with only 2 pieces of bread and nothing good in the middle. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. We need to start seeing the third item start to come on through. Unfortunately for Cram, not even the second item has been completed, so he hasn't been able to sustain as hard as he wants to. And there, the Raptor Giant
Dora only
out.
has the
This
going
might be
one.
the signal.
SRG isn't going to force it though. I
It's
don't
a
think
gold.
they can force it right now.
The most mining gold, but still matching. She's in the middle of the pack in terms of gold allocation.
Sakai's at least on top side looking for some play on the map. They haven't taken a single tower yet. So not only is it a huge gold lead, it is a huge map lead for Pro Esports. Sorry, I'm Felix. 2-0.
Can SRG make a comeback? Can they come back?
Monster on this Freya.
Gank use up. The mobilization attempt, not gonna happen.
Oh!
Sao! Wow, a lot of damage.
Cram takes it as well. Coily untouched, unfazed. Another tower should drop here. Pro Esports relentless.
This is disgusting.
From what SRG they got,
Sock can do this forever. This is such an impressive play.
they aren't as aggressive.
Seconds to 100.
Pro is just
That's a
simply
23-second difference
taking
just
advantage of the
because you
meta.
have to pull yourself together. And Saw's gonna do it again. He's gonna
They're
keep
not
repeating this
they're not
process.
letting
He's
SRG
scoring
breathe
to
in
make
this
sure
meta.
That they don't have any form of counter engage because Yums is the only one who's allowed to walk forward.
Oh, very
Lane
late.
pick up front.
Oh no.
Maybe should they have gone for something else? I feel like at this
I
point,
mean,
the
it's a
Aurora
core
really
item
gets even
still,
trade,
but
no matter what, you get one of them.
Thunderbolt being
Maybe you can still
Thunderbolt being
find
complete
something
for
else.
Badang this late in the game.
Pro Esports
10
just
minutes. This
outplaying
is a
in a
sign
general
that
sense.
you're
I think it's
screwed.
outplay, and I think I wish they were thinking I wish we had Lapu, but here we go.
The guys. Nope. Foil still getting the
Looking
retreat.
for the steal. At least they don't lose any members. They still have a holy defense in the mid and the bot. This could be defendable still against Pro Esports.
That was a difficult contest here, especially for Sakai's. Despite the Bladed Tempest, right now he is 2 levels down to Hirara and has plenty of base damage just to kind of go above and beyond the retribution numbers that we're seeing so far. And now that SRG backed all the way into the corner, we're seeing a repeat of game number 1, but this time for Pro.
Holy
Guys continues
defense.
to play the off lanes
Yep.
while his team defends.
Oh, that's big. That
Holy
is huge.
defense will be in the mid side for when
Holy
the Lord
defense top
comes.
getting taken out.
Many Pro
Foil.
Esports may not be able to get a full push.
Preventing
in.
Sakai's from getting the push.
Cancel the recall. Is this the 1v1?
He's got to cancel the recall. There we go. That's it. That's what Coily has been doing all game. Oh, you're going to recall in a very dangerous spot. I'm going to waste another 5 seconds of your life. And these 5 seconds have been stacking up already.
Seal play on the top side.
We're gonna crash down on mid. A top wave gonna be focused on by Pro. SRG still trying to defend. 2 men, break and crack. Still, not gonna make a difference. Tubes had to figure out of here. Pro just simply diving in, not giving a damn about the tower. For the blades, used up by Sky, taking extremely low. Coily would make a kill. Pro Esports, everyone is still alive, barely with 2 people down from SRG.
It's down to the wire. It's down to 1 HP. That makes the difference in Pro. Unfortunately, it was a good play. The SRG, they had to
They might do it. They might do it.
the economic lead to make it work.
Again, I did not count them out, but showing up like in this moment, that is already huge. PP is low, Foil is low, even with the burn.
We are at quite a difficult moment for SRG because now, at the very least, they're willing to throw bodies for these inhibitors. They don't want to be put in a forced mistake scenario. But
Felix jumping on a Cram, has to just dive out of here.
Off the correct targets. I think the only person
Not the time to fight now. 50 seconds till the Lord. If they lose 1 member,
but by the time the Lord actually spawns, he's gonna get the
they lose one member prematurely, that's gonna be a problem.
I think at this point they just continue to take it slow.
30
Or
stacks
is
on a
there
Sky
clock
Piercer.
eventually ticking for SRG because I still am on the board that SRG is not completely out since they didn't lose any inhibitors.
That's a good question.
It's comfortable, right? The map isn't. It's not like what we saw in game 1 where Pro had 0 inhibitors. It's going to be hard to fight for a Lord. The possibility is still slightly there.
It is. Thank you, Ziffer, for pulling it up. Already 1 step ahead of me here. But yes, 3 items already done, but I don't know how they're going to take advantage of the Sky Piercer. This might have been a
In
little
charge
bit
of
a mistake
anti-heal,
on- and it's smart,
Eudora.
I think it's a
Eudora's
long
only
game as
one.
well. The rest of the team is like,
And
we
the
don't have
only
money. If you have Sky Piercer just a
sustained
little bit earlier,
chance that
auto
she
attack
could
that
counter
would
is
have
the
been
use
a
off.
trade. So at this stage, my hands are up here. I'm praying that SRG can
They're all
find that
bursty, so they kind of not need a lot of anti-heal. If people are gone in an instant, then that's fine. Technically, they're not sustained fights, but Yums again. Yums again. Yums at it again. Conceal play. Come from behind. Drya, then Sekai's again! Saw's down. No more Eudora. No more magic damage burst. Cram trying to sustain everything. Shot residue. Stormy killing Coil. God damn, SRG again! Again with the... Oh.
But unfortunately, Yum said no. We are gonna go straight for Coily. They lock him down. The iframes are
Goes in, going in. Zaman fourth. Zaman Force punishing Stormy.
I don't know. Kozen slapped him. Just a big backhand to Stormy, saying, no. This is not over just yet. We're dominating this game, and we're gonna try and run.
Sekai stole the purple. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! They're skewing the gold lead now.
They didn't need a clock, they just needed Yums in a beautiful position, coming in from the backside. Sekai's finally able to get a neutral objective under his belt in game number 3, and now they are knocking on the door of Pro Esports.
I can't believe both Cram and Yums technically survived that. They used everything to try and disrupt Coily from actually taking away this Lord. And SRG knew that if this next Lord falls into Pro Esports' hands,
again, SRG likes comebacks.
Themselves some time. The investment has been worth it, and we are getting to the end game. Now that we're at 44k to
their tenacity. SRG tenacity.
Guys alongside with Innocent have completed all of their core items.
Man, they didn't check that bush. They didn't check that bush. I've seen that bush be used against teams that I like in my own favor. Nice fist crack though. Does
This break and crack back dragon form in response. Kozen, oh no! Oh no! That is bad. Oh, Cram gonna be the trade. Sekai's double kill on the PvP. He immediately gets stopped in the tracks. Coily would get it that double kill. Another Hirara with a falling maple.
The push and pull was good from SRG, but Pro said, I got one better. Really unfortunate for Sekai's. He was willing to die to trade off. Let's look at the replay one more time, because this did not work out the way that Pro wanted to. And all of a sudden, with the counter engage coming in from not only Yums, but forcing Pepe to
there's a lot of that fight is messy, basically. Mechanically messy.
Everybody continuously fought for this long. The big play came down to when Sekai's ended up going.
Dude, there's a whole lot of momentum stoppage.
How do you deal with a Freya?
Like, okay, I'm gonna get some kills, and I'm immediately gonna get stopped, and then their momentum's gonna be going on, and then they immediately get stopped. So it's a return. So it's a whole return of like back and forth.
Everybody's praying. They're praying for their teams, hoping there's a God out there to give them some strength, because 7-15 so far, and Pro has not been able to put the final tombstone on SRG.
And everyone still has inhibitors.
Yeah.
Meaning, honestly, this could go another Lord after this. If this is just a clean Lord take where nobody loses too much, this could still go a little bit farther. Pro Esports is going to start it up.
Pro Esports blitzing on the Lord. Cram already impressed. Has had to use a Black Dragon form. Sekai is now in the picture. Immobilizations, Tempest Blaze. Coily still gets the Lord. Still a fight in the midst of everything. Sa gonna be the first one to fall. Huge amount of shields coming from Kozen. Yum's gonna get taken down. Sorry, and Phoenix gonna be next in line in the front of everyone. But still, SRG a man advantage, but Pro still gets the Lord.
Perfectly iframe to dodge, manages to slip past, and even then, it wasn't good enough. If they can hold on for just a little bit longer and protect an inhibitor, maybe there's an opportunity.
You're gonna have to protect the Lord. The Lord has that ability. He will crash onto it.
He still has that Zaman.
There it is. How much damage?
Pepe's low though.
A huge chunk. Cram! Oh no! Kozen! Coily. Ha ha ha ha! What? He didn't get a basic attack.
The kid's on fire.
He's on fire. Pepe
He didn't. I think he didn't get a basic attack in to reduce the cooldown.
Dome him. Oh my goodness.
Zaman Force drops. Cram takes.
Zaman Force.
Coily's going for more.
miss. Has to get out. Spawn Force drops. Cram takes.
Oh, it's Coil!
Go for more. Dashes in. Does
Yeah, Coil. Oh, he has no more skills. No more Mason, and no more dash.
That every single time both teams interact, so many people walk away with 1 HP, despite Sky Piercers being in play.
I feel like honestly with that last Lord push, all
Oh, overextension. That's the problem with Hirara. That's what most people have. That's the problem most people have with Hirara. They don't know her downtimes. They cannot juggle which cooldowns are available. The Mason A and her enhanced skills. And the fact that everything is consumed during the dive, Coily could not escape.
To tie game material.
All right, Zipper, I need your help. We need to know how many Thunderbelt stacks Yums actually has. I need to know the numbers here to see how much damage he can technically take. Because so far, Kozen has been absolutely melting. Oh,
he'll play.
Oh, Flicker conceal play. Cram taking a lot of damage. Forced to use a dragon. It's slain by Kozen. Tempest of Blades used up. Sal gonna be the one to fall. It's Mage 4 fighter in this fight.
Not bad, and honestly, I think it's more worth it to get rid of Saw. Now they don't have to worry about, something getting blown out of nowhere. And the best part is by the time the Lord actually spawns, Cram is already up and ready to go in comparison to the staggered death timer coming in from Eudora on Saw on the opposite side. So if SRG want to take first position, they absolutely can. But then again, is it playing to your strengths, or do you want to be the ones who push Pro out of the scenario, right? Make him hesitate on the trigger finger.
I feel it. I think without Cram, though, it is a little hard to break through. But Sakai's either way, even without Cram, has been doing such a great job at invading that backside.
I'm gonna take a nap after this. I will be back for the second match. I will be back, but I gotta take a short nap. Either that, or I gotta wake up myself and try to eat something.
Will Pro Esports check it?
Oh, I don't know. He doesn't seem to be taking that space just yet. There's no reason to. And I think from Pro's side, they've kind of set a neutral state. Top side is going to eventually turn into a slow push. Same goes for that bottom side as well. With that extra minion here, SRG need to be the ones who reveal themselves first. But if they do, that means Pro is going to start blitzing the Lord. It's a game of cat and mouse. It's about information. It's just corporate espionage at this point.
Corporate espionage, I like it. We did see Coily whittle down to that top side to get the push back. SRG are going to look for the engage. Cram hasn't used the Black Dragon just yet.
Lord already 50%. Cram, Yums in presence.
Take the big push. Sekai's looks for an angle.
Storm Phoenix not fronting everything. Saw still hiding. Lord. 4 digits. Coily still getting the secure on the Lord. SRG not gonna force everything.
Any further than this. This was a dangerous position to be in, but now we see the minions pushing into the way. Stormy will respond just in time. But this is where it gets really difficult, because now we're talking about a Lord that also gives you damage reduction. Pro Esports
It's evolved. I'm awake. I'm awake.
try and press their advantage into it, which is great.
Ending Lord, they have to go with the Lord. They're so dispersed. They want to opt for the wave sync. They're gonna sync mid and bottom. Mid and bottom. They're gonna focus on bottom for now. Inhibitor turret taken down. Felix trying to control everyone. PvP going in. Flicker, Wrath of the Dryad going in. Sakai's trying to follow suit. Sa gonna be the assassination. Hold on. He's the first one to fall. Cram gonna be the exchange. Sakai's taking a lot of damage. The shields buying the immortality. Immortality is out. Immobilizations. Iframes. Falling Maple. Coily buy and sell. Oh my god, Coil! Oh my god, Hirara! Pro Esports. Mechanics! Wait, Cannon. That's it! No more! That's it! 30 seconds! Wow! Buy and sell. That's enough time for the enhanced skills to be reset. And the falling maples. That is cinema. Honestly, that is cinema right fucking there.
if this is just how this is going to start the day, I'm excited for what we got to see next. Pro Esports.
That was mad respect there. This game was beautiful to watch, so messy, but at the same time, it leaves you just at the edge of your seats. I can only imagine that SRG are gonna go back to that drawing board to figure out, man, this red side, something about it, something's different. They adapted a little too fast than what we were expecting here in game number 2, but come down to game number 3, when push comes to shove, Pro Esports, they don't back down.
GG, well played. I am awake now. God. I might still nap because, goddamn.
They were. So many plays there. Even that last Lord push with the re-engage, they could have decided to call it off. They could have said, let's go one more Lord. Let's wait a little bit longer. But no, Coily jumps back in with a sliver of health. Amazing gameplay, amazing micro, and honestly good macro as well from the team.
From both sides, really. I mean, even SRG understood with 2 slow pushing waves, that Lord is going to get blitzed down faster, and then they have to worry about the inhibitors.
That buy and sell, immortality, Winter Crown, buy and sell, immobilize, immobilize, iframe, back, damn.
And it buys enough time for Kuzan to get that Zamon's Force, re-engage, make sure that in the end, they will go down. I love it.
Holy crap.
They are so good. We're going to be throwing it over to our winners of this.
That's really good. Really good.
Please take it away.
I'm gonna take 5. I'm gonna take 5, alright.
We have the man of the hour here with us, Saw victorious. What a massive matchup.
I'm gonna take 5.
Selangor Red Giants. We have to talk about this for a second. That game 3 was super tight. Came right away.
I'm gonna take 5. I'm gonna prepare some stuff. I gotta eat something and maybe rest. I'll rest. Right?
ពួកគាត់ GOAT ពួកគាត់ក៏ធ្លាប់ជា champion ដែរអញ្ចឹងពេលលេងមួយគាត់វាអត់ easy game ទេទៅវាចាស់ខ្ញុំគ្រាន់តែ talk មួយ teammate ខ្ញុំហើយលេងមុនពួកគាត់ទៅធ្វើឲ្យយើងយកឈ្នះបាន
So because they're a former champion, we knew that this would be a hard match, but I talked with my team and we worked together to get this win.
I mean, it looked incredible. I want to ask you more technical questions in this. Talk to me about the Vexana pick because we've only seen it once during EWC. That was at MWI. It was picked once. Didn't work out at all. Why did you go for Vexana specifically?
Okay, some so more had a way bunch of Vexana. People go be EWC MWI. គេជ្រើសរើស Vexana ប៉ុន្តែអត់ជោគជ័យអញ្ចឹងហេតុអ្វីបានជ្រើសរើស Vexana លើកនេះ
ដោយសារខ្ញុំលេង Vexana ហ្នឹងមាន combo ទៅហើយយើងលេងក្នុង scrim ឈ្នះច្រើនទៅទៅយើងយកមកលេងហើយលេងបានល្អ
So I chose Vexana because there are a lot of combos and I've had success with them before and so I used it again.
That worked out well. And Ruby recently patched heroes also played by you in the team. Do you think that should become more meta in terms of picks or is it just a Cambodia special to run?
អញ្ចឹង Ruby បានទទួល patch update ថ្មីអញ្ចឹងតើគាត់ថានេះគឺអ្វីដែលគេនឹងប្រើទូទៅឬអានេះគ្រាន់តែជាអ្វីដែលកម្ពុជាបានជ្រើសរើស
ខ្ញុំគិតថា Ruby ហ្នឹងគឺលេងបានទូទៅដោយសារ team គេផ្សេងក៏លេងដែរ
I think Ruby can be utilized from all sorts of teams.
That worked out for you also. And of course, this is a huge story, right? You're coming in, Pro Esports Cambodian representative. You beat Selangor Red Giants. Does this give you a big boost in motivation from now on that, hey, we can beat one of the best in the world. We can do more of that.
អញ្ចឹងអានេះជារឿងធំមែនទែនសម្រាប់ក្រុមរបស់អ្នកដោយសារតាបានឈ្នះលើ Selangor Red Giants អញ្ចឹងតាមានអ្វីបន្ទាប់សម្រាប់អ្នក
ខ្ញុំសប្បាយចិត្តដោយសារវាជាការលេងលើឆាកអន្តរជាតិលើកទី1ហើយវាធំជាម៉ាច់ទី1ហើយយើងអាចយកឈ្នះទៅលើក្រុមខ្លាំងបានទៅវា give momentum ឲ្យខ្ញុំហើយ team ខ្ញុំនៅការប្រកួតក្រោយៗទៀត
Because it's our first time to compete on an international stage, I think we've gained some momentum because we beat a great team and I think this will lead into success later on.
All right, between you and me here, look at the camera in front of us. We got it right here, the one with the red light over it. Anything you want to say to everybody else that's challenging you here at MSC after you beat SRG?
អញ្ចឹងសូមមើលទៅកាមេរ៉ាហើយសូមមានប្រសាសន៍សម្រាប់អ្នកដែលទស្សនាពីខ្មែរផង SRG
និយាយទៅអ្នកមើលឬក៏និយាយទៅ team ផ្សេង
viewers yeah អ្នកមើល
to the opponents
អូសូមទៅអ្នកគូប្រកួតសូមទៅ
in សម្រាប់អ្នក team ផ្សេងកុំមើលរំលងពួកយើងក៏ខ្លាំងដែរ
to other teams, don't overlook us. We're strong as well.
Thank you very much, Sa. Congratulations to you and Pro. Thank you very much, our wonderful translator. There's a lot still to look at post this game. Let's have the panel all break it down.
Thank you, Milos. Great interview. It was a great game and a great moment for Cambodia as they take the win over SRG. Expectant grand finalists now. They're going to have to go through an elimination bracket on the bottom side to get through what will be a really tough run if they're going to come back at MSC 26. Brigitte and Lefel joining me, Rain Day, on the desk here to break it all down. Brigitte, confidence, momentum, I'm sure that is all what Pro Esports gained here.
Yes, I believe so. That is a very much confidence boosting performance, especially for Coil. Coil, hands up, down or wherever. I don't know. I can't say anymore. Like that last play.
Hey, here's the thing, man. Like the cast were saying, like everyone was at the edge of their seats. We're not sitting anymore. Screw the seats. We were on the ground. And Coily, bro, like
what a performance.
That guy is going to be one of the stars born from this MSC because from the Ling all the way to the Harara, bro, that last outplay, bro.
Oh, okay. See,
okay,
it
stay on the
doesn't even
stage. Please.
on his seat anymore. He has to stand up. And what are the chances, right? He could be the next star. I agree, because he also starts with letter K. How many stars do we have that start with letter K?
We have so many Ks.
That's right.
So many superstars that start with K.
I love it, though. It's so good. And I think the fact that we got another one coming up in this upcoming set, pay attention to, so don't go anywhere. We did have some really fun interactions with both of these junglers swapping characters, the Harara, the Haling, going back and forth. We thought... I mean, I think many people thought Sakai's was waiting, was baiting, was saying we could take the Ling if we need to.
You can already hear the Liquid fans as Liquid as well as Aurora got on stage. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it during the draft, right? Where I say like maybe one of the hesitation is it has been 2 years. And a lot could happen in 2 years where I believe Sakai was preparing for a tank jungle meta. But then all of a sudden, after the wild cards, a surprise patch came in, make Assassins much better. And maybe he just needs a little bit more practice on that thing to use it again.
Yeah, honestly, after game number 3, I'm quite torn as to whether or not I'm thinking it was just mind games all along, that they did not want to prio the Ling, or was it just them playing more into their comforts? Because again, we really haven't seen Sakai's been able to pull off that exact same Ling. We're so familiar of him in the recent 3 years. And even when it comes down to things as maybe simple as objective takes, right? I think Ling is one of like the most reliable junglers to contest, and that's why it always boiled down to a 50-50 red 3 battle whenever there were objectives. But maybe there had something to do with level gaps, I don't know, but it was not the same.
A lot of level gap, but also we gotta say, man, Harara actually does quite a lot of base damage, making it much easier for the Harara to steal that. So I think that's a lot of information, not just for SRG, but all the teams here. Harara is a threat. In wildcards, they say Harara was not a threat. Well, proven wrong, man. MSC is a different beast.
I mean, the way these things develop, it's like there's the meta, there's the counter to the meta, and then there's something that gets exposed after that as you're trying to counter. And it felt like Harara being available every single game set up Pro Esports to have success either way, because they were playing Ling fine and they knew they'd get Harara, so they did not have to prioritize any of those characters in their first 2 picks. They could take the Eudora, they could take the Belleric, which to me, I think PPP or Cinco de P, whatever it is you guys want to call them, 5 Ps, let's put it that way, was a really big factor in this team fight. And I think that was a very hard, despite, you know, many people looking at Innocent, looking at Kozin, who did really well. I feel like Brigitte, they just kept a core that felt comfortable, and they team fought pretty much the same way, and it really worked out for them.
Yeah, no doubt. P on that Belleric did a really good job all series long, and I think he was the more stable player in that series. It served as more of like an anchor of what they really wanted to play around or how they really wanted to execute their team fights, whereas for Sa, I feel like it was the more flexible role for Pro Esports. There were times where he just went for the more sacrificial plays, and that was something they willingly played into. There were times that they had to rely on him a bit more. Nonetheless, I really admire how Pro Esports have established their identity and showed it to us here in this first series.
I feel like Selangor Red Giants, they try to counter PPP on that Belleric by picking up the Valentina by stealing away the ult. Now, here's the thing, you can steal the ult, but unfortunately, you don't steal the stats. And Belleric has a lot of HP. That's something that Valentina can't have. So Valentina goes in, good ult, but then die. So
Yeah.
it's very difficult.
It's just a bigger conversation to me. Do you make somebody who's doing well uncomfortable and force the team to adjust? I think that might have been a decision, but again, so much experience on SRG. They will bounce back. They will still be playing the loser of one of our final games today, so stay tuned for that. And speaking of, let's take a look at today's schedule, because that last game, Yangon Galacticos and GK Esports will be facing the winner, Pro Esports, the loser, Selangor Red Giants. Coming up next, though, you heard them already in the crowd. It is Team Liquid going up against Aurora Gaming, Carl Teasy, and the defending champions of MSC taking the stage yet again. Onic Entity 7 as well. We're getting some LATAM representation, so that'll be fun to see. And Onic, a previous champion, not a league champion. We'll see how that goes. Of course, if you guys want to get involved, make sure to check out our pick'ems, which you can use by scanning the QR code. This allows you to say who you think is going to win. Play with us. You have a chance to maybe earn your share of $300,000. So don't miss it, and also have some fun. We can see if you were right or wrong. When we come back, we'll start previewing Liquid and Aurora. But for now, Acecraft has a new way to play a familiar game with We Fly Together. It's co-op. Check it out.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse. He thinks he can come in here and play my game. He knows nothing. Let's go!
Tyler 1, you're done.
Raw energy. House from blow the house down. This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, champion.
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind, and we're here now. The proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
Are you Sanji?
No, I'm Sanji. You?
No, I'm Sanji.
Rumor has it that he's still going. And of course, Sanji's together with the little Spider-Man meme. Welcome back. My name is Rain Day. To the desk, we've got Brigitte and LaFell here. But because we are starting off our second series, it's time to introduce an important moment, which is our Crunchyroll story.
I am back.
Day. It is Aurora's redemption versus the GOAT and the Cavalry. Team Liquid, of course, Carl
I'm back.
Teasy being that GOAT.
Have red.
And proclaimed by the scene. Brigitte, your
Red.
thoughts on this matchup? Can Aurora
Also, the Sanji.
to redeem themselves?
Sanji, and Sanji.
Honestly, I feel like they might have a chance, and they always have had that in them to just go for upsets, to break free from the labels of maybe being a dark horse and being a true contender here in this tournament and all previous international tournaments. And the fact that they're backed up by such big brains.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's gonna be a bit of a challenging task for Team Liquid, honestly.
That's what we call Midnight, Mr. Big Brain Man. You know, that's what we always.
Midnight Parating
Mr.
Libog.
Big Brain Man.
That's
But
a great nickname. That's
personally for me,
put a lot of thought into that.
I have complete trust in Aurora, which may be something that Midnight doesn't want. But here's the thing: in my eyes, they've always been contenders. It's
Yes.
always just about getting that right moment.
Is there something more to it? Because the last two international tournaments at M7 and at MSC 25 for EWC, it was Liquid who took out Aurora. So is it a little harsher? It's not like the general conversation here. It's like you guys are the ones who have ended our hopes, LaFell.
I mean, like, here's the thing. For Aurora, they had to fight against the final boss early over and over and over again. So it's kind of like playing a game where you thought you would, like, ramp up. But instead, you're fighting against the final boss first. Until you get through this, you
Enjoy your
can
bath,
find
enjoy your
everyone
bath.
else. And I feel like Team Liquid just understands how Aurora plays, but the same can be said, Aurora understands how Team Liquid plays because, well, one, Midnight is a caster. We know how casters, we like to watch games, and because we like to watch games, we roughly know what's gonna happen. So honestly, in this one, with Midnight coming in as the head coach, I feel like that's a very good chance for Aurora to take down Team Liquid.
Yeah, and they should feel, I guess, less pressure in a way going up against Liquid here in this match because they're not in the exact same position as they were in the previous times that they did go up against Liquid. Right now, it's not necessarily an elimination match, though it still puts you in a very tight spot because we're only having double eliminations for group stage.
Yeah.
But tournament life is not necessarily on the line. I feel like they could be, or they could just unleash whatever they want to unleash here in this series.
It's interesting. Both teams have to deserve a spotlight to even be considered this group of death. And these are two of the teams that I think maybe have taken most of the attention from us so far. And you cannot count out the fact that the defending MSC champions of last year, Team Liquid, are back and ready to defend that actual title. We saw the team they took down previously in SRG, the Selangor Red Giants. Now it's time for MSC 26 to see if Liquid can repeat. We've had a chance to talk with Sanford earlier on today about his journey getting back here and trying to claim a title.
Hey everyone, it's Eterna here with Sanford. What is this?
Small.
Oh, it's small. I don't. Why is it so prominent, like everywhere? What was it? You don't know either.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I don't know. I guess maybe someone else knows. Maybe someone who's casting right now. Maybe.
Sure.
You're up against Aurora.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aurora. So what's that gonna be like? Because I mean, in the past, it seems like you always are able to take out Aurora, but this time around they have a new coach. Do you think it'll make a difference?
I do hope that it won't make a difference, but yeah, I guess. But yeah, this is the fourth time that we're gonna face each other, so I'm really looking forward on what's new for them.
Okay, looking forward to what's new. But why do you always seem to be able to catch them? Like, do you have like something secret that you have against them? Like, is there something that we should know?
No, I don't have any secret, but you know, I have my GOAT on my team.
Ah, you have your GOAT. JP.
Yeah, JP.
JP's the GOAT, right?
JP.
JP, guys, JP.
Yeah.
But, you know, going to the EXP lane, I had a few talks with other EXP laners as well, and I want to know from your perspective as defending champions, obviously, what's it like for the EXP lane right now? Like, is it as important as the previous meta?
I guess so, and this meta is really flexible. Like, you can even pick damage, and at the same time, you can also adjust to tank heroes, but I can just say that this one is kind of confusing, so this might be the interesting meta for now.
So do you think it's the most interesting lane?
All of the roles right now are really flexible, so the meta in general, I guess it is.
Okay, so in general, everything's quite interesting. EXP laners now, are they going to go for more, you know, tank build? I mean, considering now that we're seeing a lot more assassins in the jungle?
Let's see later.
Okay. So it might be something secret from TLPH, but of course, good luck for your next matchup. Do you have anything to say to your opponents today, Aurora?
I just want to say good luck, and especially to my former coach, Midnight. I'll see you there.
All right. Once again, thank you, Sanford, and we're throwing it back to you guys.
Thank you.
Former coach Midnight just adding a little bit of spectacle to this already dramatic battle between Aurora and Team Liquid. Brigitte, how do you feel about Sanford going in, calling JP the GOAT?
I'm
Got
gonna
that one wrong, or
wash
Have your
dishes.
personal opinions, I guess. So maybe it's a different goat for him, but yeah. So
I mean, Brigida doesn't have a lot of opinion on Sanford in general.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like they work with each other. She sees some plays. She thinks like he's okay. You know, like
Yeah,
Sanford is pretty good. JP is also pretty good.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, Team Liquid is going to be the final boss.
Yeah.
We're going
Yeah.
to see how they perform. But considering that Selangor Giants also had difficulties earlier, we got to see if Team Liquid will experience the same thing or not.
yeah, because this day really feels like it's gonna be the go the distance day. You know.
Yep.
yeah.
You wanted it to happen in the last two series, but we had to witness it in the first one, and I really can't help but feel like there's a high chance we do it all over again here in the second one.
It does feel that way, and you kind of pit these two conversations against one another, and it's one team who's defending a title, one team who is trying to get over the hump, and what better opportunity, the biggest international stage available until you guys hit the M Series later on this year. One of the things I always thought was interesting is people who are trendsetters, and you know, you've seen it through Midnight, and you've seen it through Aurora entirely. Well, I felt like it was time for us to catch up with Luna as well from Aurora and see how they felt about coming into this new assassin heavy meta, and also MSC 26.
So I was wondering, this next matchup is going to be very intense. And obviously you guys have history with one another. How was your preparation going up against a strong EXP laner like Sanford?
I didn't had a special preparation for them. Like we just prepared for like 1 month in boot camp. We will try our best. Like we just prepared good in boot camp, but there's no special preparation.
Okay, no special preparation, but in general, you guys prepared in Malaysia during your boot camp. What did you learn from that boot camp?
We learned quite a lot of things, like a lot of heroes, like the important things in game, like greens, quite a lot actually.
Okay, it seems like there's a lot, and obviously you guys studied the meta, right? So what do you think about the meta specifically for the EXP lane?
I think it's quite fine. Like it's best for the junglers right now, but it's good for EXP lane, I think.
Why do you think it's good for the EXP laners?
Because the heroes like Esmer, Uranus, like they're quite strong. They're not dying. Like if you have the good match, you can carry the game easily.
Okay, so Esmeralda, Uranus are heroes that you have mentioned. Do you think we're gonna see some damage EXP laners from you today?
There's a quite chance, yeah, you can see it. Like also from Sanford, we can probably see it because they're good. Like Paquitos, Arlots, they're quite popular right now.
Okay, gonna be very exciting matchup later on, ladies and gentlemen. But coming into this again, you're up against Sanford. You've been up against them for quite some time, and it feels like they have like a kryptonite to you. It feels like they're the kryptonite. Why is that? What's going on with TLPH and you?
I have no idea. Every single tournament, one time we're gonna face against them. We're pretty sure after this point. Like every single tournament, we're gonna face them.
Why? Do you know why?
I don't know. We have a kryptonite, like you said.
It seems like they're destined for one another, but are you strong enough, and do you feel like you're strong enough and confident enough to go up against them today and to beat them today?
Yeah, we're quite confident to beat them.
Okay, so this is your day.
Every day is our day.
Every day is Lunar's day. So good luck for your next matchup, and we're throwing it back to you guys.
That is a great answer. The thing that comes to mind too is your name Luna. You're saying every day is your day. You're claiming the night and the day. I mean, Luna's claiming all aspects of time.
I mean, like, to be fair, here in France, it's less night and more day.
It's more day. Let's put it that way.
It's more day. But hey, I like to see the confidence coming in from Lunar. And the thing that I like coming in from both interviews, both kind of agree that every single lane is pretty flexible. We might see, like, if the Belleric is open, then more pride for Belleric. If Ling as well as Aurora is open, then more pride for them. But yeah, this is the kind of meta that we can definitely see the hero pool expand quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, even just now, right, we saw the Ruby in the EXP lane, which I think is the first time we saw that. I don't know at how many unique heroes we currently are at after that first series, but it's just looking to go uphill from here.
I mean, we can't kind of avoid this conversation any longer. The GOAT, who many consider to be the GOAT here, Carl Teasy, self-proclaimed, coming off a championship defense. And obviously, when you look at Aurora's pain of running into Team Liquid, the only way to like get a little bit of that pain off your shoulders is to say, okay, the team that we lost to won the entire tournament. That's what they were able to say with Team Liquid. But now, you know, what can Carl TZ do? The question probably not being, does he have the capability, but if he's going to adapt from what he's been known for with his utility jungles into this assassin meta, it's going to prove yet again that he has everything needed to be considered one of the greatest of all time in MLBB.
One of the reasons why Carl is the GOAT is the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because he started his career with an amazing Lancelot time where he was known as the assassin jungler, and he had such a difficult time transitioning into tank, where he had like one season where he was a bit off, but then came back stronger than ever, mastered the tank assassins, and then now he kind of has to re-forget it again and relearn the assassins again, which I think he can. I think he can use the assassins. The question is, can he use the Ling? That's one of the heroes that we rarely see because, again, he's a Lancelot main, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit different than Ling.
And have they really adjusted the quote-unquote Liquid Stampede in the current meta already, since it's been a very recent patch? And that's also, I guess, aside from the conversation that, honestly, Liquid, for one, could not doubt the amount of like adaptability they have. They could not get back-to-back championships in MPL if they were not adaptable enough. They also are on the verge of getting another back-to-back if ever their run here is smooth enough. But that's the thing. It's not just one player you really have to look at when it comes to the shift in meta. It's the team as a whole. And as a whole, they've also had changes in their roster as well. They have a new goal laner in their hands. We are about to witness Teddy in another international debut, but this will just add more questions to what we're really looking forward to see against or between Liquid and Aurora.
Man, what version of Teddy are we going to get? Steady Teddy? Scary Teddy? We'll find out here in a moment. That gold lane going to be important, and XP lane as well. I mean, everything kind of blending into what can you do as a squad. And when it comes to a squad's goals, you may be saying, well, winning back-to-back, what does that mean? But coming off an MPL championship and then now winning MSC again has a chance to put Liquid on the golden road. Something that elusive, you know, win that could end up putting them into, I mean, beyond the GOAT conversation as a player, maybe the GOAT conversation as a team.
I mean, the only team that has ever succeeded the golden road is Team Vitality for the women's scene in MWI. Other than that, it has been years, really. Like, from the start of my career, and it's been a long career until now, there's no Golden Road winner. So if they're able to do it,
this is the start.
Good for you.
That's it? You're gonna get, it took that long? You're just going to give them a thumbs up?
And that's...
Yeah.
My God.
Congratulations. And they were close. They were close, though, to doing that. It was just a couple months back in M7. That was January earlier this year. But again, there's a reason why it's called the elusive title for not just them, but every single team trying to compete here in MLBB, because it's just so hard to get on that streak against these teams, against all these emerging regions as well.
Excited about this matchup?
Excited might be an understatement.
Oui. Baguette. Bonjour.
Baguette.
We're not trying to make fun of French. We love French. I wish I could speak it better. But in Paris, France, there's a moment happening. The excitement is clear. It's in the building. It's palpable. You might be able to sense it even through the screen. It is our defending champion of MSC, Team Liquid, taking the stage versus Aurora Gaming in just a moment. Our second series of Group B, the Group of Death, begins right now.
Thank you very much, guys. And oh my. Match 1 was an absolute banger to watch. The first full series that we have gotten this group stages, and Milosh, SRG losing like that was tough.
I'm just going to say, yes, it was tough, but kudos to Pro Esports for doing this. It's kind of this long-standing story of when will it happen when a Cambodian team is able to fight back in this, and they were the ones to pull it off. A day in MLBB history has kicked off today.
I agree, and as we enter the second match, we elevate the heat here in the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cavalries, join me in welcoming Team Liquid! The defending champions of MSC is here on a mission. Defend their title and bring it home once again. But as they face their friendly foes, will they serve or be served?
Serve or be served. We're clocking that one. A tough fight, but again, it's Team Liquid. Their opponents, though, they have a lot to prove. Please join me in welcoming Aurora Gaming. Their performance at M7 rocked the MLBB world, and they've only looked better since then. They might face a tough opponent today, but clearing hurdles has been their single focus on the road to MSC playoffs.
Yes, Milosh, they have met each other countless of times in the land of Dawn, but as usual, only one will prevail. The question is, who is it this time around?
We keep asking the question. We're going to figure it out. Please, gentlemen, Aurora, please, Team Liquid, you may place your keys. You may get ready and shake your hands in the middle. We'll see if they'll actually go for the full shake. It'll be the full respect play between our two captains here. And it's gotta be, there it is, we're ready to go. My friends, Team Liquid playing, Aurora on the other side. Let's send it to our panel and kick things off.
Thank you so much, Rose and Milos. We're back and ready for our second series of the day to begin the beautiful matchup between Team Liquid, defending MSC champions of 25, now against Team Aurora Gaming, who are trying to figure out if they've brought enough to this meta to surprise the Giants and get over this mountain that has been Liquid standing in their way, Brigitte.
And if it's just about whatever they have in store for us in this series, then I will just not have specific expectations, especially if it's Aurora, you know, because they've been always constantly introducing these more unorthodox approaches to games, and we already touched on it earlier too. The fact that they were probably one of the first to try the Eudora, or maybe something else like a Selena later on.
Well, there's a new interactive effect in the shop. Happy Rhino Day. You guys can check that out right now.
Oh, we're
I know
back.
Many of you like me.
Okay, I got more bread.
MLBB whenever you get a chance. I played a bunch of ranked.
I thought
if you're in game,
Team Liquid versus Aurora would be last.
Dang, bro.
Oh, did that?
Maybe you don't want to show that one. Just hold on himself.
I think that was against Carl, if
No
I'm not
way.
mistaken.
Oh, well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, because it was on a Tro. He often does a 1v1. Maybe
Really?
he got lucky and got to play against him a day previously.
Anyways, gentlemen, and yes, I mean gentlemen, don't show the notes! No! Don't show the notes! No! That's a lot of information. Okay, all good now.
That was chicken scratch, guys. I couldn't read any of those notes. There's no way he was picking up on that.
Well, anyways, the unique hero so far has been 45.
Forgot about
That's
Midnight parating libog. Midnight parating libog. Let's go.
That's what we keep calling him. Like every night we call him, he's like, "Hey, Mr. Big Brain Man," and then we just end the call. He has been
Is
annoying,
it called?
but, you know, what's he gonna do?
That's an AI text. I can tell that's AI.
In some ways, you guys have talked to him, and I think the word on the street is that this Eudora pick has kind of come in as an answer that Aurora Gaming have worked on with him.
The question is, is Sanji a believer of Eudora?
Knows a lot about the game, has brought that expertise here against Liquid, but Brigitte, the bigger question is, do they do enough? I mean, is there enough to really outplay it? We even saw, SRG, you can have the right draft, but the comfort on the heroes ends up being the difference in a tight match.
Yeah, but I think another question is, what is Liquid's comfort right now in the current meta? What have they been working on, and what do they feel suits their playstyle? Because we haven't really seen them perform in the current patch that we're in. The most recent one being in maybe Asian Games, but even then that was a different one. Like, you could still see more utility rather than assassins during that time.
Even during that time, it does seem like they were, I would say, trying to grow into the patch to the point where, interestingly enough, they went for a gold lane hyper carry where it's just scary Teddy. Everyone else, from Carl to Sanford to Sanji to JP, all of them were utility to the point where JP was using a healer in Matilda in just protecting Teddy. Though I do have to say, it worked out very well. Teddy on a carry is properly disgusting. But again, a different meta. It might be different now.
Sometimes I just want to interject this because I have the benefit of not having seen all of these games that you guys have. So I am coming in with no prejudice in some ways as well. The game that SRG, in the first tight contest we saw, Innocent had maybe the biggest impact in the gold lane. And I think we focused a lot on assassins, and that can, from experience in some ways, LaFell, be a trap potentially, because a gold lane that is popping off is still a win condition. And if you're setting yourself up for a win condition like that and maybe saying, we'll give you priority in the jungle, but we're going to take something that feels comfortable, is that another route that in these tight contests we might see a meta, you know, start to develop around?
For sure, we have to see in the draft who's going to be position 1, right? Because we've seen Pro Esports, that position 1 being the jungler. All the farm goes to him, he's going to be the carry. That's why we're interested to see whether Team Liquid, the position 1, is it going to be Carl
Right.
or is it going to be Teddy? Because
At a time.
Carl is an assassin user. I want him to be position 1, but that means the draft is going to change quite a bit. And you were talking about gold lane. We're going to talk about Aurora in TNZ. TNZ SH.
Flying Cloud, ladies and gentlemen. So
Even
yeah.
when assassins are not meta, that guy popped off to the point where we believe, like, hey, maybe assassins are good even when it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, so much mind games. I think we're expecting more mind games here in this draft, but also, I just want to note that it's flying clouds, LaFell. Liquid barely lose when they're on flying clouds. I think there was a clean record during MPL even. They had a loss though, I think that was an Asian Games, but other than that, this should be a map that favors them.
Raymond, this is already an interesting opener here where Team Liquid, they're already batting out 2 assassins. They're batting out the Fanny and they're batting out the Ling. So they're not going to be opting for that one just yet. I don't know whether this means they will be using a utility jungler or just
Fanny Ling
go
ban.
back to Lancelot in the jungle. But look at Aurora, they're batting out these Zeus as
Hirara.
well as 2 tanks. They ban out
Hirara,
Zeus and
Harley
If
Leomord.
you're thinking
TNZ's known for that.
You ban out Fanny, you ban out Lane.
Obvious.
Does that mean you're expecting Aurora to pick Hirara here?
Oh yeah,
Hirara's a
that's an amazing
possibility.
first pick. And maybe Liquid
But
will
Carl has been
counter with
spamming
the Eudora, considering that it's
Hirara, so
because I feel like Aurora, if they pick
they
up
could
the
hope for
Eudora
that.
first, then Team Liquid's like, I mean, that we just don't use assassins.
Yeah.
Right? Simple as that.
And you might want to be a bit more careful in terms of revealing their more vulnerable heroes going up against a team like Team Liquid, but they're taking their time. It's not just an automatic lock on the Hirara as opposed to what we've brought up. But other than the Hirara, again, the Freya too is available. So
Freya?
this is going to be the choice, a good flex for Aurora.
Now the Hirara potentially picked up by Carl TZ if he likes. But obviously the Freya, a strong pickup for Aurora Gaming. How will Team Liquid respond to this?
And also this opens up for Aurora.
Esme.
Not only does it mean
Keep
that
it-
you can put it in
keep it simple.
the EXP or the gold, but also enable a double fighter setup where maybe you can have like a Yushin Shin as a hyper carry. For now, Team Liquid shows up the Eudora and now with
There it
the
is.
Esmeralda as well. So they're kind of asking Aurora, pick up the Hirara we have.
Eudora, let's
But as we
go.
saw in the
Eudora.
if you're a good Hirara, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, and they can still flex this hero to a different lane if they just do not want to face that matchup head
It's still
on. They
weird.
don't want the Freya
We
into
st-
the Esmeralda, and if they
We still need some time to adjust. And Belleric Hirara, that's our scene. That is our scene in MSC.
TNZ this time, I think he is likely to be one of the best performing junglers on this kind of hero.
Agreed.
Definitely as an assassin specialist, but even the Belleric. So, okay, now we're starting to see the idea behind Liquids. It's not a Lancelot
It's a
going
Yushin Shin,
next,
yeah.
it's a Yisung Shin.
Yeah, because I was looking at Yushin Shin as a possible pickup for either team here because I feel like both teams, one of the, I would say, advantages that they both have is they know how to slow the game. They know how to make it 18 minutes, 20 minutes, so you need an enabler for that one. So the Yushin Shin is probably going to be position 1 for Team Liquid here. So Carl should be having a good game knowing Team Liquid.
Yeah, I think my question right now here for Liquid though is, granted the Yisung Shin in the jungle, is it likely we see the Esmeralda still considered a flex and they just opting to go for a different XP lane? Because if they want to put it in gold and just revolve around the Yisung Shin, I think that could be a fairly probable game plan for them as well. Considering that right now Aurora might just go heavy on team fighting as well. It's a Belleric in the roam that you're seeing.
And that Belleric proved to be so valuable on the side of Pro Esports and helped them get 2 out of those 3 games to take down SRG, sending them to the lower side of the bracket. It's a strong matchup so far. Hirara, Belleric, Freya.
YSS.
Are some of our highest picked, also highest win rate heroes so far in this game. Haven't seen a lot of YSS.
Pogi ni Midnight
You
God.
put it on Carl TZ in the jungle, you're
Yeah.
probably feeling confident.
And wouldn't the Lilia ban also suggest that they might want to go for that route?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
have more tanks, yes.
Yeah, because if they want just more melee, more close range targets, then they definitely would have to take that out.
Yep. And also, you know, like Lilia is good against a lot of tanks and also a lot of wave clear. So maybe that's also something that they're trying to punish for Aurora, making sure that whatever picks they do have, the wave clear isn't going to be great. And now a targeted ban. They ban out the Selena. And this is one of Rosa's pick where Selena kind of doesn't care about the meta. It only cares, are you good enough, right? A good Selena will always make it work. But now we're looking at Aurora as well. They're banning out the Cho, which is, again, one of JP's best heroes. Other than that, there's still the Matilda, there's still the Gato Kacha, Hylo. There's so many picks that JP can utilize here.
Yeah, honestly, we haven't seen much of the utility roamers just yet. The more support type, healer type roamers. And maybe, I guess, next to that, if we're talking JP, if they really want to go play
Can
around
you
the season,
see
maybe
it?
another revitalized roam would just be
I'm
next
gonna
in
put it
terms
in
of
front of you. No, you
hierarchy of their
can't. Okay.
options.
Yeah, the only question is it going to be a Hylos or a Gato Kacha? If you, if you
I
do go
have
for that
the
revitalize,
monitor in
now the
front of
Harry
me.
gets
The
banned out as
problem
well.
is
So
I have to go
they've looked at Asian games and they
over
feel like
the
it can
monitor
still
to
get
get to my
of Scary
keyboard,
Teddy
and I
just
can't
go on
see.
that carry. And now the Gato Kacha, again, one of JP's best heroes, has been picked up. So looks like Team Liquid,
Gato.
they have adjusted to the meta, but they haven't strayed away from their identity.
That's true. It's still very liquid, like the picks you're seeing right now. It's just, I guess, Aurora that we're looking at for more potential surprises, because we're waiting for their mid lane as well as their potential EXP or gold. You're not sure where the Freya is going exactly just yet, but in terms of mid lane options that might just work out for them here.
Valentine is Valentine a ban?
Because
No.
they're going up against a Yi Sun Shin. Something like a Claude would be pretty good because Claude's one of those heroes that can die. And
Rafa
Bella gets picked up, so this is gonna be
XP Bellery.
in the EXP, so Freya in the goal. So
Or
Jimmy, just so that they have a long range damage.
Rafa mid? What is Rafa mid? Rafa mid. Rafa Rafa mid.
Midnight, what are you cooking? Yeah, this is a mid Rafaela. Oh, this is.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
What is this, at this point, something that we're not expecting from Midnight? Why is it catching us off guard so much?
We're not expecting from anyone. This is. I can see
it's Big Brain Midnight.
It's Mr. Big Brain Man. Midnight.
Oh my God,
The
poggers.
healer type we were suggesting was something I expected more from Liquid rather than Aurora.
This is the kind of draft that kind of says we're playing.
Raphael's damage is buffed, guys. So
All the heals, all the peels, everything goes to Harara. So who knows? This Harara.
Freya
might
Gold,
go
Euro
for the
XP
sky
mid
piercer.
Rafa.
There's a lot of heal. There's a lot of crowd control, and now the Claude.
And
gets
they have to
picked
go
up by
Claude.
Team Liquid. So let me just say this: if Aurora somehow gets a very good early game, it's gonna Team Liquid is gonna suffer for the fact that Claude needs farm. The Yi Sun Shin needs farm. Esmeralda also kinda needs farm. So if Aurora has a good early game, Liquid might be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm also
Oh,
worried. It's a
wait.
very annoying lineup to go up against if you are Liquid at this point. There are just ways to.
mid Rafaela, if you get poked out by Eudora, you get to heal up. And in case someone gets picked off, you have an instant resurrection.
Champions for MLBB, Team Liquid versus
Interesting.
Gaming. Let's see if the sparks will fly as expected as we send it over to our casters here, Trex and Naisu.
Trex, Naisu, let's go.
Gonna be an interesting one.
The big dong.
Off the rip, Trex, after an amazing series 1 to start off day 2.
I see the vision. You're gonna lack magic.
That's out of left field. I don't even know if it's in the field.
But like,
Now, this is so far from what we're used to seeing with the hands of Coach Midnight and Aurora Gaming here. When was the last time you thought you'd see a Raphael in the mid?
It's been a while.
I have not seen it at all. Maybe, I think it's All My Venus era? It's probably All My Venus era where they were willing to have supports in the mid lane.
But outside of that, yeah.
In the lines of that, but think about it.
I have been wondering about this. If we're gonna start
Instant heals there. There it is. So that's rotation. It's a rotation. And Rafaela hurts. Rafaela hurts.
the answer, sustainability, steamroll.
It's not burst, but like, it's poke. The damage is buffed, so I see it.
It's a little different than what you would classically see with that. Normally you see the utility jungler paired up with that.
This is a different flavor, I'd say, but leave it to a team like Aurora Gaming, you know, from Turkey to go ahead and bring this kind of strategy to play. I think that's one of the big things. Even when you look at the emblems, you know,
Leo DM'd me.
to go ahead and obviously have a little bit more on
Get
that
well soon, Leo.
appeal. Depending
Get
on the
well,
build,
get well
too,
soon.
that Rosa's gonna go. is what I'm interested in. You know, what do you build here on that Rafaela to go in the mid lane, supplement this strategy that you're going with? And you have a lot of durability here. Some poking for KarlTzy and Pagu.
Also, you know, the Rafaela, you get the revive now? It's been a couple months since the revamp on that. It's no longer the big stun on that ult. You get to bring one of your teammates back to life, essentially. So even more sustainability in terms of how long you want to drag out a team fight. The target could literally be anyone on the team, honestly. Anyone on Aurora's side could benefit from that. You bring back the Uranus, you bring back the Beleric, you bring back Siggy Boomer Tianzi. It could all be a good play.
Ooh. Good little flicker burn there. Battle spell down for Sanji off of that. First turtle is going to be up here to second too. So both teams getting into movement for that turtle. One thing I would say,
Talking to Leah right now. In case you didn't know, I'm his editor.
Right, I think that's the biggest thing. You're used to seeing really
I'm the guy editing all the content for him.
These kind of compositions,
But that's why he's DMing me.
And a revitalize for JP. Hold on.
What a small world, right? Small world idol fan and holy crap. And the heals! Ah! This is so toxic! And resurrection!
And there's a respawn, right? So that's what we're talking about. That revive is gonna play a part, play a role throughout the game here. But yeah, objective secured by Aurora.
This is so toxic! Oh my god! Yep! Oh yeah! Oh my god, you're healing the
That's what I wanted to point out.
You're healing the Uranus and the Beleric.
Because he needs to extend the team fight for the team. You got to go ahead and deal with the heal.
You have respawns in case someone gets picked off.
But not only that, but being able to kind of weave in and out of the fights.
And Team Liquid is relatively squishy. And you have the rotations. I'm glazing the Rafa mid right now.
So the timing on being able to extend team fights are crucial for TL.
Alright, so Aurora though getting that first turtle.
So unorthodox.
Similar between KarlTzy and Tianzi. Sanford able to get that kill. Lunar able to get a kill for themselves. So both the XP laners benefiting from that last fight. But still, we're already seeing how Aurora can just kind of bully TL away in some of those big 5v5s. The only thing they're going to have to watch out for, I think at this point, is Sanford getting to that back line, something that he is so good at.
So the Esmeralda does really well. Good item pickup already here for Rosa. Flask of the Oasis locked in, helping with that sustainability that we're really talking about. It's a highlight of this lineup, and this was kind of thrown out there, right? With a theory, the kind of theory crafting out there about after this patch, you know, would we see these healing roams pop up? And I know it's, you know, this time it's in the hands of Rosa, but you could think about how dynamic a line
Rosa can build like
when
Queen Rosa's back. For chance.
Matilda mid we see in the future. You know, Estes, of course, still being one of those heroes that comes into mind with this kind of concept. But second turtle is up. Let's see if this one will once again go over to Aurora. KarlTzy is going to make his way, but he might be here a little bit too late for this take.
Yeah.
The damage buff can be a factor for Rosa.
Onto him. JP getting a little vision as well. Sanford not going to fully commit, but Aurora wants to take the fight. A big Mount Shock onto multiple members, getting the stun. Aurora decides not to go for this orange buff. They are going to back off.
This is one of those things, Trex, where it's like, okay, Team Liquid knows the play here with this type of, you know, your claw needs to go ahead and build up. You got to get those items here.
A Beleric with a healer is so toxic.
They have to choose their fights really carefully, and that's one of the difficult things. You can play off the Eudora, that stun that you get packed in. Even the Fork Lightning is great, you know, good for poking, but you're essentially, to get a kill for Team Liquid isn't the main focus right now. They need to go ahead and just let them scale themselves up on this kind of lineup.
You know, if there's a team that can channel patience outside of Team Liquid or some other teams, Aurora is definitely one of them. They're not trying to force fights here. They're getting objectives. They're playing the map slowly. They're looking for the slow burn, the slow kill right now, and that is going to start to scale a little bit.
What's going on with our...
You have this heal, and the fact that it is a mid lane...
Literally, what's going on
that's going to actually start to benefit. She's going to
with
benefit
this
from some of those items and
mid lane meta?
Put a little bit of damage as this game goes on. Team Liquid does have some scale of their own. And I mean, this is probably one of the slowest games we've seen so far in groups.
I was going to say, very different from our previous matchup, but here we go.
Big AOG connects, does get the knock up. But Tianzi finds Sanji the backside. KarlTzy not able to
get away. Lunar gets
Oh my god, Carl.
JP gonna be next, chopped off, taken out, and Sanford falls out.
And everyone's healing! Ah!
Hands of TNZ. Aurora take a huge lead 6 minutes in.
And that is the power of this lineup. You saw it right there, the amount of heals, the amount of movement speed. As we look at the replay here from STC, this
Okay,
pressure
Lunar.
was around that purple buff. Pagu made his way around, but crashing in under the tier 1 turret and getting to lock down these members, but then just outlast Team Liquid.
There's a dive! They went out unscathed!
It ends up working out. You can see the men behind it for this one. This concept is working for Aurora as they get now the third and last turtle of this game.
This is what I mean when I say we are just unpacking the meta.
Yeah.
The layers are still peeling off right now, and we still got a long way to go till we figure out exactly what is what. And Coach Midnight's showing it right now. We have the Raphael, and it is working beautifully. Definitely we can't count TL out just yet, but the fact that Aurora is up 4K right now, 2 towers,
Yeah.
TL has been unable to take anything. If they can keep this lead past the first Lord, that is unheard of.
Again, this was a big thing, you know, for a lot of people coming into this year's MSC here at EWC 26 was, you know, just where would the meta be? How would the current contenders for that championship and the defending champions themselves adapt to a meta that's
Yeah, they
quite different,
don't go
right?
textbook.
Just from last year alone, just from a few months ago for a lot of people, and it's already showing here.
Teddy! Oh.
Aurora
Book.
looking for new targets now into the mid side. Carl T
Book for
just wants to
Rosa.
get his camps. But Aurora want more. They want to come for this tower wave crashing down the mid, and look at the grab. A lot of
Mobilizations. Lunar going in, Sigum as well. Diving on the Sanji. Doesn't care about towers. And Rafa is healing again. Ah! Ah! Oh my god, this is such a steamroll. Holy cheese.
Is the next to fall.
I thought for sure
Holy cheese.
now they're under towers. TNZ with a triple in the face of Team Liquid.
Rosa, and there's a heal. Holy healing. Ah!
Man, oh man, who would have thought this is what you'd see in an opening matchup here for Team Liquid, and now they're desperately trying to hold on to the mid tower.
And they're still under it. The heal is insane. Tower shots to the face. They're immortal right
8
now.
minutes? Wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Minions down the mid side. Down goes Sanford. They're gonna pile onto Carl.
Minions out.
And they're gonna pile onto this crystal. It's a wave still coming. They gotta wait for it. Death counters.
They gotta wait for the minions.
JP Sanji.
They're gonna make their way slowly here as they put on a show for us. Team Liquid, can they defend it still?
JP Sanji.
are up. AOG comes out.
All minions are spawning for Team Liquid.
As well. Aurora can't fully overcommit. A big stun
Sanji.
from Sanji.
Ah.
Ball, JP Sanji down for the count. Aurora Gaming don't want to waste any time.
Ah.
Sanford dives in with a fallen Star Moon. It's another wave coming. Will Aurora stay here?
Okay, they bought some time. They cleared things out, but man, the stacks right now on TNZ are insane, and they're looking to end.
They're going to keep on going. They're not going to give it up. Finally able to lock onto the base. TNZ.
What the hell?
Aurora take game number 1.
What a statement this is for the entire teams competing here at MSC. I mean, even Aurora Gaming is, they're smiling about this. This draft, again, is not what you expect, and it was executed perfectly from the mind of Coach Midnight back.
Aurora Avalanche.
This is, hey, as you said, Trex, the meta right now, it's pretty much wide open.
Oh, the Ambulan, bro.
Wow, wow, we, wow, wow, we,
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
all I gotta say is that
Oh, the Ambulan.
Aurora winning the game is definitely possible, but dominating? What was the time on that? That was under 10 minutes, I feel like. Maybe a little bit more, but the fact that they didn't just win that, TL.
It's not the Aurora Avalanche, it's the Aurora Ambulance.
My goodness, as you look at the highlights here from STC, you can see it. You know, they're just, it seemed like the switch just flipped, and a lot of that switch had to do for TNZ, and we know TNZ is a
Oh no, am I lagging again? Oh no. Oh no, not this again. Not this again, bro.
phenomenal jungler. He's surprised us. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and throw it over to them to see what they have to say.
That's not the That's not the Aurora Avalanche. It's the Aurora Ambulance.
Sometimes there is a lot to say. Sometimes there's just a lot to look at. And that's a 9-minute win for Team Aurora Gaming. And I think that this certainly was a surprise for many of them and many of us heading into it. As we welcome you back to the desk to start breaking it down, we've got Brigida and LaFell with me. I'm your host, Rain Day. And, you know, as we look at this, guys, it was, I think it was really well put by the casters. We expected a win was possible for Aurora Brigida, but we didn't think this was going to happen.
Yeah, but the draft, I think, maybe made me feel like I was leaning more towards the possibility of Aurora winning. Just because of how unexpected, how surprising it was, and how much it countered, or not necessarily countered, but made things difficult for the lineup that Liquid put out.
And Liquid with an 88% vote on your match pick'ems results. Make sure to keep giving us those ideas. Liquid obviously in the majority, but Aurora with that 12% surprise. That's what Midnight does though, isn't it?
Honestly though, like
yeah, they're so confused. It's so unheard of. It's so unheard of.
Two things, because I said that Hirara's gonna be position 1, and then she's gonna be using Sky Piercer because there's a lot of support. And like I said, with the draft that Team Liquid has, Esme is going to be farming, Claude's going to be farming, Yeast and she's going to be farming. So, if somehow Aurora gets a very good early game, there was no chance that Liquid could really come back into the game.
Yeah, the fact that they had to take their time a bit, had to play it slow, we failed to see the synergies that you would expect from this lineup. The way that they would just layer their skills all together, because you really can't expect them to be on the same, or at the same place at the same time. They had to take their time. So even
I'm making a story out of this. What the fuck?
Actually land an AOG or 2, or maybe a Falling Star Moon, and even Sanji, it doesn't matter, because I feel like the damage is not just going to be enough.
I'm still on the Belleric train. Again, this is 3 out of 4 games that Belleric has won today, and Pagu looked great on it as well. Uranus also really, really strong. But you're right, it was really the surprise came out with the Rafaela and the Rosa. How did that look for you, LaFell? What was the impact of it, and do you have to deal with it now if that's something Midnight's going to pull out again with Aurora Gaming?
The crazy thing is, it's not just the Rafaela. There are other picks possible, because here's the thing, Rosa still went for the Flask of the Oasis. Once the Flask of the Oasis got picked up, they're waiting for another item, and that was the Sky Piercer coming in from the Hirara. Once they have both of them, the game was over, because
I'm gonna watch Miracle stream first.
Aurora, and there's nothing that Liquid could do, and then the healing as well as the shields coming.
I mean, I know how the lineup works.
There's too much.
I see the vision, and it's right freaking there. The fact that it's just so outlandish that only Aurora can execute. Right?
Not so much against minions.
Yeah, and the way that they just wrapped
Support in mid lane is not new. Support in mid lane is not new.
Move faster around the map, farm faster. And
the Belleric aided in the wave clear, so it got advantage out of Eudora, and the fact that the healing itself is already a factor in simply not losing in mid lane.
Despite it being very identical to the Liquid draft that we're so familiar with, this was just a
and it's just so synergistic
that you had to deal with.
I mean,
and toxic.
I think Golden Road, let's not even talk about that. Let's just get on the road. I mean, currently they're stopped on the side with a tire that's flat, and they're trying to figure out what has gone wrong. Hopefully they have a spare idea coming into it, because Aurora Gaming have caught them off guard. Are defending champions, trying to go back-to-back in Liquid. Surprised, maybe even stunned, many would say, watching how that first game turned out. Under 10 minutes, and they have gone back in for another 10-minute break. LaFell, you had a lot to obviously say about that.
Aurora Ambulance, I'm gonna dub it, I'm gonna pitch it, I'm gonna comment on them all this, bro. Wait, hold on.
Here we go.
Yes, thank you very much.
Brigida, you're on the clock.
Yeah, so for now, we have to go back into the draft and talk about how this really worked out and why it really counters what Team Liquid wanted to do. Because here's the thing, it's not that Liquid drafted wrong, it's just that Aurora, like we keep saying, thank you very much, by the way. And you see how
it's such a good telestration segment. Everyone's cheering for you.
There you go. Because here's the thing, Midnight, the thing is, he knows Liquid, he can roughly predict how they're gonna draft, so they just draft around you if you want to go.
At this point, you're not even doing telestration. You can hold your mic at this point.
Okay. There you go. So
it's like, what's it?
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, where this is gonna be position 1, By the way, I don't know whether they're angry at me or they're cheering for me at this point. I have no idea. So this is position 1 coming in from the Harara. And one of the weaknesses of the draft coming in from Liquid is that this, and this needed farm. So if you have 3 members that needs farm, only 2 members
Oh my
can
god,
defend. And let me just say,
the laptop is
cannot defend when it comes to the minions.
the laptop
so it
is
became a
lagging.
point where the damage coming in from Harara is just a little bit too much, and there's nothing that Liquid can do. We're going to be looking at a clip here. Hold on. All right. So we're looking at mostly the damage as well as the sustain coming in from Aurora. Look at how, in terms of TNZ going in, he is basically going up against 4. Now, usually that's not such a great idea, but what if he just doesn't die? What if he just does too much damage and then there's nothing much that they can do? Because at this point, TNZ has
carrying
30 stacks. Oh, perfect. 30 stacks. Sky Piercer. And let me just tell you, Rain Day, for you and for everyone else.
Yes, please.
If
WS
you have
Illustrator.
30 stacks on the Sky Piercer, you basically can go in 1v3. The reason why you can go 1v4 is because of that heal. We're going to be looking at the clip here, and look how instantly that they were able to get this win, and then the Rapid Riot as well as we can see that Sigibum just goes in and destroys the backline. I would say we're looking at the 8-minute mark, but honestly, the second to third ult, that was checkmate. That was when Aurora already won the game. And not to mention, this is Flying Clouds maximizing Rosa using this Rafaela, where on the passive you can revive one of your teammates, and now with the Flying Clouds you get onto the stage much faster. So thank you very much, Brigida. That's basically the Telestrator.
That was good.
It was a very short game, but perfect execution coming in from Aurora, utilizing the strengths of their draft and the weakness of Liquid's draft. And again, shout outs to my boy for holding the mic. You did a good job, even though you forgot to do it.
Hey, I still did a good job.
Hey,
she was
What matters at the end of
interpreting
the
what
day,
you were
I
saying
was
too.
holding it. Yeah,
So
and
toxic.
Remember how you
So toxic.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh wait, actually that does work.
You are
What?
You're
toxic.
going off the rails, LaFell.
I don't know where that.
He's got too much screen time, guys. This is getting crazy.
Yeah, I feel like everyone wants Brigida. So you want to talk?
Okay. Rain Day. Was I saying? Oh, yeah, I was saying something before this. But remember how you were asking us on our thoughts on whether or not Aurora are actually capable of doing it this time around. And we were both on the same page that yes, there's a chance, and we might slightly be leaning towards that. Game number 1, I think, significantly skewed our expectations for this series, but again, this is Liquid. This is Liquid, and mid-series adaptation is nothing new to them. Let's just hope that there does come significant adjustment, because I do agree that was a draft that demanded so much.
I hope it'll be normal next game. Hell no!
It's not. It's kind of.
I want the world to burn.
So far in our first couple of days,
I want the world to burn. You know what? I was upset about the meta being so bloated. But in terms of esports, I want to see shit happen. I want to see shit hit the
If
fan.
you catch all 3 of the people up here, plus all of Liquid off guard, you have a chance to win. And if you do that, well, Liquid might have realized that, hey guys, we have to wrap this one up. Let's do our best, but we need to come into game 2 much more prepared, because guess what? If they do not win here against Aurora Gaming, they're going to be sent to the lower side of the bracket, and that means one more loss could send the defending champions right back.
I gotta say, Brigida, we're talking about.
Don't mind my.
We gotta talk about
Don't mind him.
Avalanche,
Don't mind him.
because look at how much they
It's my
just
nephew.
charged. They were an
Anyway.
unstoppable force of nature, and I gotta say, like. A horse probably doesn't like snow.
Right? Right?
We have to ask a horse. We have to find one first. I don't know how much horses they have in France.
Oh, I saw one.
Oh, you saw one?
I saw one.
Oh, cool.
What are they gonna do?
Maybe 2 stations away from our hotel, but there is a there.
What are they gonna do?
We'll ask the camera crew to.
I mean, Midnight has been casting for
But it does snow here, so
God knows how
we should
long.
be able to.
So he's an analyst, and he's supposed to like know what the teams do as an analyst. Now that he's a coach,
So again,
he has all the insider info in the world.
Heading into this draft, even if it were on Flying Clouds, it did not necessarily work out for Liquid the way we expected it to be. And I just can't help but think back, because during that moment wherein they brought out the Rafaela, there were just a multitude of options that we were considering. Maybe something along the lines of
It's gonna be healthy. It's healthy for the league. It's healthy for the ecosystem. If TL struggles,
do it with a completely different approach, and that I'm really starting to like from Aurora.
so I'm down for that. I want TL to win. I bet on them I betted on them for
for Liquid. Now that they're on blue side,
the
they're
points
ones
thing.
who will be choosing this, I believe. But we have a fight.
So yeah.
And we do.
But I don't mind if I don't mind if I guess
For me, top
incorrectly.
Jungler and MSC is TNZ. We just saw that proven pretty well in game 1. As for second and third, I put Carl TZ and Kyle. Those two are interchangeable.
I mean, like, based on that early performance, hey, you know what?
Hey.
He's right. He's right.
Eudora ban.
And looking at this game, I wonder if Aurora, they want to
Ling.
hold on. Liquid now
Okay.
up with the link.
Well, Aurora pick Saber this time. I want.
Everyone wrong by saying, hey, I can use
Oh yeah, I think the possibilities, bro. The possibilities.
Somewhat helps them and just confidently picking that up, but just
Valentina Atlas checks. Okay, okay. But is it so far? It's normal. It's normal so far.
that they went with. The Atlas and the Valentina.
You have 3 flying clouds in a row. We have like a lot of flying clouds in succession. Not a lot of broken walls.
Paired up with the Valentina, who I think is again one of the better.
Beleric is the pick.
And here's
Beleric
the priority on the
second.
Beleric. We also saw the Valentina picked in that game SRG against the Beleric. It didn't do enough.
Yep.
And so this is something that Aurora's trying to say. We like the idea. We think we can execute it better. We'll allow the Beleric to go through and grab the Atlas now that it's available. As Ling, Beleric, and the third pick about to be chosen for Team Liquid, trying to get on a good start here.
I gotta say, Brigitte, I don't know how Aurora is gonna make this draft crazy. Already showing you Rome.
Wow, they're really going.
Well, I guess Valentina can go to the EXP depending on certain
They are
matchups,
really
but
going
I don't know how
comfort.
Aurora's gonna make this crazy. My only question is, who's gonna be the jungle? Because the Fanny's banned, Aurora's banned, as well as the Ling has been banned. Those are the top picks in the jungle. There's still the Nolan, Yisun Shin, the Hayabusa, all, in my opinion, quite viable. I'm just not entirely sure which one they're
Saber.
gonna pick up, because before this,
Pick Saber.
they do like to use the Hayabusa, but the Hayabusa is a little bit different now, shorter range, so
Yeah.
not as effective as before. It's still strong, just not as crazy as
Because
before.
that was the hero to at least match the Ling ever since. It was always been the Hayabusa Ling matchup, but considering right now that it will be much difficult to get out since the heroes that Liquid currently are on
Paquito, alright.
could do fairly well in
Paquito
terms of
Burst,
pace.
they're gonna
I
ban
think they would just
Esme,
want
they're gonna
to save
ban
their jungler for
Yura. They should ban Yura. They should ban Yura.
Take out the Esmeralda
How many
from
games?
this point onwards if ever
Expanding
they
Rivers.
just don't want
I'm
to
gonna
try that matchup.
check.
But I can't help but feel like even the Beleric is something we're not entirely sure of if it's going into Rome.
It could go EXP, but personally for me, it just doesn't feel like a Sanford kind of hero.
That's true.
I feel like he thrives a bit better when he can dive. Doesn't matter to the jungle, mid, or gold. I feel like a
I'm gonna
stationary hero
count.
for Sanford kind of wastes his potential, wastes his talent.
And I just feel like a lot of us would rather not see these really active XP laners on the likes of
I'm
Uranus and Esmeralda. Fortunately,
I-
the Uranus is gone,
Oops.
but the Esmeralda is still on the board.
They're banning the Uranus. Uranus is an EXP laner. Paquito is known as an EXP laner.
I didn't do it correctly.
Honestly, if you're up against Aurora, I don't know anymore.
Hey, you know what? Big Brain Midnight. Big Brain Man Midnight. BBMM. Big Brain
I forgot how to count.
Trying, man.
Oops.
The rule is never to do math live on broadcast, and that was close.
I mean, you
to
don't
it.
have to be smart to be an analyst.
Whoopsie.
You just have to be confident.
Oh,
I don't want to count.
Even the board, take it
2,
out.
3, 4,
Yeah,
6, 7, 8,
Why the
9,
Uranus fan of all bans
11,
I feel like it could go to the
18,
jungle.
18,
So you think a
18,
Paquito
19,
jungle
20,
was-
Or gold.
Right, gold might be
30 something.
The way that they're not banning out the Esmeralda.
30 something. I am not that good in Excel.
Because
Oh.
Liquid sense a possibility that that might be the plan.
Paquito Gold. Oh, TL banned Yura. One less ban made, and so they have free reign for the mage. They're banning out Sanji.
To draft against a team like Aurora, it makes you overthink. And have you
Esme.
Esmeralda back?
Why are they huh?
The same pace here, Brig. Your overthinking has helped them out.
Why are they banning Esme?
Do you like to overthink, Brigida?
They could have.
But I'm forced to.
You're forced to.
If they pick gold lane for.
Because of what Aurora did in game number 1, and
Okay.
understandably so.
If they go gold lane, gold lane, gold lane. Pick your gold lane. Melissa, no Freya.
Right now, because at least
Har-
now the
Harley
Phoenix
jungle.
looks solid, but the Harley.
Okay, no saber, no saber.
Okay,
Never mind. GG.
In a way,
Okay.
an assassin.
Yeah, magic.
Trademark Chenzi Harley. And
Sure.
M7.
So now Liquid, after
M7.
seeing that, at
So-
least they know this Paquito is not gonna go to the jungle, so it's either gold lane or EXP. But I gotta say that has to be an EXP Paquito because if they don't,
Okay, but
have a
still,
marksman,
why are you
if
not
they
picking
win so
Esme?
hard, they're not gonna be able
Are
to
they
push.
gonna?
And pushing
Are
is
they
kind of
over?
important in the game.
They're overthinking.
Do you like pushing, Brigida?
Turrets?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need a turret pusher. Maybe a Brody? A Brody or a Moskov? Either Brody or Moskov should be good here.
Yeah, yeah.
More for the Moskov.
2 picks coming up from Liquid.
Lilia, Zetian. Alright.
Sityan
And Arlet.
This
Arla.
is a very scary draft coming in from Liquid. There's
Okay,
multiple
comfort,
conditions
comfort.
here.
They're going
It's
for
gonna be
comfort.
quite difficult for Aurora to handle this.
So we're waiting for a gold lane.
Golden Moskov.
Moskov or...
Moskov is safe.
I like the Moskov.
I like the Moskov too. I feel like the Moskov is a safer pick.
Yeah.
Okay, this is more normal now. This is more normal.
Control and just end the game before Liquid gets a chance to fight back. But
Ba ba ba ba ba ba ba.
Another what? Wow.
Beep boom.
How we feeling, Brigida?
Confused.
What?
Where
Harley?
is it going? Like,
Harley gold?
Okay, maybe
Harley gold?
that's
Okay.
Rome
I feel like I need therapy after this.
or XP. What?
Wait.
Ooh, like,
Hey, you know what? Our job is done.
Done.
gold,
Okay.
It's gold Paquito.
Gold Paquito. They're still doing it. XP Barats.
But Barats, I've heard, is a good counter towards the artist. So maybe that's just a lane matchup kind of thing.
Yeah, lane matchup.
Harley Jungle Gold, Paquito, Aurora Gaming doing midnight things. My goodness, this game, this series.
I probably
is not
did.
disappointing. Let's
Per
see
chance
if
I jinxed it.
Aurora Gaming can close it out and send our defending champions of MSC to the elimination side of the bracket. And for now, with the call, it's Naisu and Trex.
Here we go. Team Liquid Philippines needs this game, and they brought a draft to be able to do that, Trex. But again, it's Aurora Gaming with a little bit of flexibility. Another interesting draft from Coach Midnight as well. What do you think of this one? We saw Barrett's go XP lane in the hands of Kid Bomba yesterday.
We saw the fighter meta go into the hands of Team Spirit yesterday, and it worked well.
Yep.
I'm not counting it out at all for Aurora right now. I don't think this is extremely surprising. Yes, it's a little offsetting because we're not used to it, but we have seen it worked. And as I keep on saying, there
This
are
meta,
a lot
bro.
of layers to the meta right now, Nice.
I think I watched all that I wanted to watch. I thought TL Aurora would be the last match because of the schedule thing.
As Carl Teasy. Let's see how he plays it. This is already some rough pressure, though.
I think I might end. I think I might end live now after this. I might end live after this because I wanted TL, but like Aurora already gave us a show. So yeah.
Everyone backs off.
You see how much is needed to go ahead and protect that.
I still have some stuff to do like after
for
because I'm gonna. Paul.
JP goes down. Pagu gets it. Aurora just not giving up.
They're not giving up, man. They're also going to take more. Take another camp here. TNZ is pretty relentless right now against Carl Teasy, and this is one of the things you kind of expect to happen when you.
Again, he's the pioneer of Harley, guys. He's the pioneer of Harley.
Previously in our previous match, where you go in the opposing lane's jungle, you put pressure there, you take what you can.
Anyway,
you slow
yeah, I might end it after the series because you know.
have to support Carl Teasy. He's not really in shape to take the
Yeah,
first
I'm gonna be out tomorrow. I might be back on Saturday, and then I'm gonna be out Sunday. I'm gonna be out on Sunday again for more commentary. Oh my god. JP's fault, bro. JP's fault.
With over 1,000 gold lead, and they haven't even taken the first turtle yet.
Trex, this is what we're seeing here is just the amount of front line that this lineup has. That is just helping TNZ with all the space. They continue on.
Oh my lord. Time for healing a lot. JP amplifying the healing, but still could not save Sanford.
Yeah, maybe he should have just disengaged there. I'm not sure if what the move was.
Sanford doesn't have flicker.
Aurora building up on that lead, continuing to put pressure on all sides of the map. And this whole time, again, Sigiboom has just been able to go ahead and farm up on this gold lane.
Sigiboom.
You know
That's
it's gonna hurt
what
when he
you
starts showing
do.
up to these
The
fights, and so far,
Sigiboom.
when that next turtle comes up,
Again.
it's going to be really dangerous here. They continue to try to delay Carl TZ. He needs these buffs. He needs to be able to go ahead and catch up. He's 2 levels down right now.
Oh, fair, Midnight. You guys MPL Philippines, so you know all the teams. You're using it against them. You're using it against us.
Clean. It's bulky. Lunar continues to land those stuns.
Yeah.
Continues to get those pushbacks.
Oh
Yeah,
my
this is just
lord.
Really smart drafting, but then just excellent execution right now from Aurora Gaming from game 1 now to game 2.
RG and Team Liquid in the lower.
Tracks essentially. Now for Team Liquid, if they want to get back into this game, they need to start making some plays happen here. But the question is, Trex, where do you do that when you're
Who's gonna battle who?
You know, you have a
Young
Zen who
Galacticos
essentially
GK
is able to go ahead and give you some
is
vision,
the
get
least
that little minor
threatening
stun. But if you're choosing these fights
to
that you
go down to
it's
either
gonna
team.
further delay you. So I think again,
NTD7 Onyx gonna win. I predict Onyx winning against NTD7, and whatever's gonna happen at the bottom is gonna be freaking insane.
You got to look for Teddy to get some gold. Luckily, he hasn't gone down. Carl TZ as well hasn't taken a death. He's lost a purple buff early on in the game. It's why they didn't try to contest on that last turtle. They know that they're a bit behind right now. And not
Freaking
even just a bit,
ludicrous.
It's almost 3K gold. Will they even try to fight for turtle number 2, honestly?
With that retribution,
Let's see a play. Lunar. Gonna spot out JP. Lanes are still leaning. TNZ on hold on the turtle. Aurora going straight to Teddy. JP for the protection. Missile expert pushing him.
Where's Pagu gonna go? This is the best thing that Carl
The
can do.
pressure.
That bottom side, get some extra gold, but there's a fight.
Lunar final slash. Hitboxes as well. Here the Phoenix with a big stun. Pagu going in and the Wrath of Dryad trying to make a return. But Teddy going to fall. Sanford, JP extremely low. Sanford dashing in. Holy crap, Sanford, you're the gold. Oh, never mind. Sigma gonna get the kill. Oh lord. It's okay.
They're trying to even the playing field.
Hey, Trex, as
3 for 3, but they do get the tower up on top, so a minor win in a vacuum for Aurora.
Look at the Fatal Links after that setup. This could have been way worse, but again, some maneuvering here, some finesse from TL keeps them from getting decimated here under that tier 2 turret, and it also, mind you, allows Carl TZ once again to get what he can, takes a buff, because he's got to play the catch-up game here. They need to be able to get just ready for that first Lord once it comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them give up the next turtle too. Just again, give that call, do what they can, because they're losing real estate as well on the map, as now some of the tier 1s are falling.
Yeah, and they have to start looking for some pressure on the map. I will say this. You can't count Team Liquid out until after the first Lord, at least in my book. As long as this gold lead stays around 2.5 to 3K, TL will always have a hand to fight with. I'm still waiting for that big moment for Carl TZ to pop off, though. He's been farming. He's able to come back a little bit. He steals a purple buff. Look at the damage. Does come down onto Lunar. Lunar's able
They're going in with a Stolen Wrath of the Dryad, Fury the Phoenix, huge stuns, but Pagu still getting that Fatal Links in. Rosa in exchange for Lunar. Actually, it's 2 down, actually. And another one for Team Liquid. Sanford on a roll with the kills, but Sigurd taking advantage of the hijinks to push on top. Okay, this is a series. This is a series.
They're finally going to lose the turret in the mid lane, but Aurora now needs to be a little more calculated. They put themselves in that position. They know an Arlot's there, so they got to watch out for that. And so little by little, TL has brought themselves into a position now where maybe they can actually get a turtle, unless still it's that call of give them this one, let's just get ready for that Lord. JP is going to give that information. Sanji's here as well. They don't want to get caught out here. Carl TZ's not even a part of this, though.
Yep, they definitely recovered.
Push down bot.
Another turtle in the hands of Aurora as Carl TZ looks for more map control. Team Liquid have dropped that gold deficit down. It's only a 700 gold lead over the hands of Aurora. Sigiboom on the hunt for Carl TZ. Carl TZ will be able to get away. On the mid side, Aurora want to reclaim this mid tier 3. Even out the lane field. A nice Fatal Links does not connect. Purifies do pop though. Look at the damage. On to Luna.
Oh, Sigma from the back. Oh, Lord. Dryad coming in from JP. TNZ still
Maybe a triple over to the hands of Siggy Boom.
Siggy Boom.
Official
Siggy Boom.
still able to possibly get that final hit.
It's Siggy Boom and Sanford doing the heavy lifting for both teams.
It go like this.
Oh, Sanford. Okay, there's not much more I don't think he can do here. Just trying to clear this wave out, but he might take a couple.
Oh!
Sanford shut down.
A beautiful shutdown into the hands of Siggy Boom. The guy is a monster right now. 5-0-2.
Oh man, look at this. There's the replay brought to us by SDC. Look at Siggy Boom.
Yeah, comes
he
to the back.
joins this fight from the back, and everybody just lined up there right on target. Again, the bleeding was staunched a little bit because of Sanford's play here. But it's just that case of we're playing from behind. If you're Team Liquid Philippines, you have to be able to make these happen. And now Carl Teasy gets taken down. So not the best timing here for TL to lose their jungler.
I gotta say, Sanford's had some great plays, but there's also been a few times where maybe he stayed a little too long, used a few too many vengeances. Look at Pagu here, hanging out in the bush. He's gonna finally show himself and back off. But they gotta watch out for those angles because Aurora's been so good at attacking from all sides. They're finally gonna be able to take this tier 3 as Pagu zones away Teddy. The tower drops, JP will drop as well. The Deadly Magic should be able to finish it, but no, he gets the health back. Teddy with a blazing duet as Sanford jumps into the backside. Aurora.
Oh my lord. Oh, Aurora's melting. Aurora's melting. Genji returns to his hat.
Carl Teasy still unable to get a kill though.
Carl Teasy couldn't kill.
Aurora has their number.
Great team fighting from Aurora Gaming there. They knew the plan and they stuck with it. Again, this final slash was great, but also the Blazing Duet wasn't able to get the efficiency it was looking for there from Teddy. TNZ with the fancy moves here to try to stay alive through this all, and he does. Just, again, the fighting that we're seeing from Aurora Gaming has been refined from the last time we saw them play here. And my goodness, they're making it look good.
Aurora's making it look so good, saving the Terrified. All of those little micros. And the thing is, it's not just the small fights that they're winning, they're also winning on map placement. They have the whole package right now.
Trex, this is insane. Look at across the board how much of a lead they have, but especially Siggy Boom. You mentioned it, 7-0-4. He's up nearly 3,000 gold against Teddy. And that is not where you want to be. I mean, again, we talked about Paquito in the gold lane. These fighters being brought back into the gold lane when all we've seen for a long time was the Clots, the Moscows, the Harris. Well, this, once again, changes things, the dynamic of the meta. And you see it in the hands of Siggy Boom like this. I mean, where do you start if you're TL? Who do you focus on here? And I think that's the biggest thing. That's why it feels like the Aurora Avalanche, man. It's coming right at them.
The force of nature itself. At your front door. Tower will drop. There's no holy defense to bring down this Lord. Aurora Gaming not going to force it though. They're going to move on to the mid-tier 2. Should be able to take it.
All right. Turrets take a little bit of damage here. The tier 2s will fall.
Okay.
Holy defense shields being held on, but that bottom one is the only one to...
This is a fun ass series.
They want this
charging. JP looking for Dryad. Look for Dryad. Fatal Links only catching one. Aurora opting to back off.
Still no inhibitors down. TL hold the defense.
All right, you have to start looking at where this could turn over on its head. 6,000 right now.
The midnight effect, maybe.
Against a team like Team Liquid Philippines. Again, they did it in game 1. They're doing it here in game 2. And it's still looking the same. Again, where do you start if you're Team Liquid? Well, that Lord coming up in about a minute might be something, but do you take that risk? Do you take that gamble to go and just try to make that steal? You know, what we've seen before when the hands of Lings, where you can go in and get that miracle play, that miracle retribution.
I think with the fact that they do have all of their inhibitors still standing, TL could maybe let this Lord slide. They do have some decent ability to defend in a siege. They have the big ult from Sanji. They can get the stuns. They have a Blazing Duet. They have Shred. They can play well in the pocket of their base. It's a hard base to crack. Not only on top of that, you have the Wrath of the Dryad, you have the Final Slash. They have a lot of defense measures.
Trex, this is how far behind Teddy is currently. The Corrosive Scythe was just picked up.
In the last MWI. That's true.
I believe he's got the Trinity now. If we can take a look at the
Imagine he goes podium in 2 EWCs in a row. One for MWI, one for MSC. Imagine.
Behind right now. So that's the big kind of thorn
He
in the road
put America in the map for women's.
Now he's online, but
he's gonna
does he
cement
have a defensive item to withstand
Turkey.
is thrown at him?
Imagine the momentum that they go. Imagine the momentum going into M8.
Great high ground defense that you can play around with if you have to. But Daytona's welcome's used up here.
Daytona's welcome does lock on along with Wade on the boss side. Look at the damage on a Teddy. Siggy Boom is just unstoppable. The target is
Oh my
locked
God,
and he never
Siggy Boom.
misses.
Just gonna make it worse right now as 2 fall for Team Liquid. Aurora Gaming will go ahead and get themselves this Lord and get ready to approach the base of Team Liquid again. Again, this has been a really rough one for Teddy, the gold laner of TL, but just the team as a whole, because again, your firepower, once it's taken out, it's mainly into that quad. Carl Teasy might be able to help too, but he was also delayed, so just as a whole, across the board, Team Liquid has been playing with their backs against the wall. So Carl Teasy will cut the waves for where he can, delay this Lord push, and wait for the rest of the team to be up here.
And Siggy Boom trying to lock on. Will he get there? Yes. Tempest Blades drops. This move out for Carl Teasy. A lot of damage comes in, but there's no escape.
What the hell? I did not see that. I'm typing shit.
Teasy caught too deep in enemy territory.
I've never seen a boxer punch the sky like that. My
I'm
goodness.
gonna replay that. I'm gonna replay that.
Will he get there? Yes. Tempest Blades drops.
The team to be up here.
Siggy Boom trying to lock on. Will he get there? Yes. Tempest Blades
Oh,
drops.
Siggy Boom.
This move out for Carl Teasy. A lot of damage comes in, but
Oh Lord!
TNC gets the final hit. Carl Teasy caught too deep in enemy territory.
I've never seen a boxer picks up an up.
Oh, did I reach the end? Holy shit! Holy shit! They're locking in. Sweep!
On the base, and the Stampede has been stopped. What can they do against this force of nature? The upset of the day happens. The champions go down, and Aurora Gaming take it 2-0.
A very tough loss here for Team Liquid. And the cavalry around the world right now seeing this, but I think it's a wake-up call once again for all the teams that are eventually going to be facing up against Aurora Gaming from Turkey here, because man, what they're doing and what Coach Midnight is doing with this draft, how do you prepare for this? Who would have thought we would have seen this today? In the nature that it did, a sweep and everything else. Again, phenomenal execution here from Aurora Gaming. As you look at the highlights from STC, this was a game they had control on, and it all started in the jungle, putting pressure on that Ling of Carl Teasy, and they didn't let up. There was some moments, like you said, from Sanford to try to alleviate the situation with the final slashes, but just fell apart by being too far behind across the board.
This just goes to show that this is probably one of my favorite metas we've ever been in.
Oh yeah.
The amount of picks that are viable, not just picks, but strategies that you can approach every single game with it. And I mean, for the past 2 days, for the past few weeks, with all the games we've seen all the possibilities.
Scared of
We've seen
RGs.
something where normally you see these picks and it's like, is it a cheese?
I don't want to play this game anymore. I just want to watch.
Aurora Gaming.
I'm already Mythic Glory, so like, what's the point?
It's just speechless. Speechless, man. I mean, I think a lot of people that have been tuning into this, you know, the hundreds of thousands of people online watching this, they're gonna have a lot to say to about, but we gotta go ahead and throw it over on stage with Rose to hear more from Aurora Gaming.
Sure, after the interview.
This game has absolutely
Because there's a lot of we have a lot of questions as well. Hopefully they're answered. Aurora, answer what the Rafaela pick means. That's my freaking god.
now with us on stage. We have the one and only Rosa. Hello, how are you doing?
Ya aslında gerçekten şu an kelimeleri dökemiyorum yani yaşadıklarımızı. Sonunda gerçekten olağanüstü kırdık ve yenmeyi başardık ve çok mutluyuz açıkçası.
It's hard to put into words what I'm experiencing right now because I really feel like we finally broke that curse. And this has been a great winning for us. I'm very happy.
I agree, because if we look back to 2025, you know, you guys got eliminated by TL in both MSC and M7. Do you feel fulfilled in this, what we call a revenge matchup?
Yani aslında evet, hem SRG ile hem de Team Liquid ile karşı sürekli loz aldık ve artık onları gerçekten yenmek istiyorduk ve gerçekten bu sefer iyi hazırlandığımızı düşünüyorum ve sonuçlarını da görüyoruz bence bu sefer.
Yes, that's correct because we previously lost to both SRG and TLPH, but we really did our best to prepare for this game, and I think we have seen the good results as a result of this preparation.
Yes, now let's talk about the preparation because in game 1 we saw a very
No one has
interesting
prepared.
pick coming out from the side of Aurora where Rosa actually played Rafaela mid and he's currently laughing at that. So tell me, first of all, what made you guys pick Rafaela?
Ya aslında ilk patch note geldiği zaman Rafael'in yediği buff'ları fark ettik. İlk olarak support oynanmaya başlamıştı ama Assassin metasına geri döndükten sonra oynanılmaz bir hale aldı ve ben düşündüm. Yani mid olabilecek bir şey vardı ve scrimlerde denedim 10 maç gibi ve genellikle hepsini kazandığımız için ve güvendim ve aldım. Böyle oldu yani.
So I saw that there were some issues at the beginning, and based on also what my experience was during the practice games, during the scrim practices, I saw that I could have this possibility. That's why I also put it into use here, based on the practice games that I previously played.
Okay, Rafaela is a very interesting pick. So Rosa, tell me, will we see anything else that is interesting in MSC this year for Aurora Turkey?
Aslında birkaç tane daha sakladığımız bir şeyler var ve şu an göstermiyoruz, hala var yani.
Yes, we have more tricks hidden up our sleeve. We are keeping them closed for the moment. We are not sharing them.
Okay, I love that. You know what? It's very rare that I
Love
see
you.
Rosa on stage all smiling and all laughing. Congratulations on that well-deserved win. And now we will throw it back to the studio to break down what happened in this insane matchup. Bring it back to you guys.
Fucking insane.
Well, Rose and Rosa, what a great interview there.
Rose and Rosa.
People who has gotten Rose to kind of be like, okay, that's good. Those are good enough answers, and we'll move on.
I'm gonna stay for the analysis.
The
Why not?
entirety of the MSC MLBB viewing community, I think that will do it right there. It wasn't the first time though, Brigitte, that Rosa had come in with some tricks up their sleeve for the first game. Selena against Onyx last time, and I think this is just the way
W Midnight.
this player, who has really shocked a lot of us alongside Aurora Gaming, likes to show up.
The Thorn Queen, right? The Thorn Queen, and now you have a Rafaela to add to the list of unexpected picks that they are just capable of playing around. And again, I think if there's just one word, it's shock. Like everyone was just shocked at what Aurora have brought to the table, at how they played against Liquid, and it just seems like they were the better team to adapt to the current meta based on this series alone.
And honestly, like right now, hey, it's nice to be siblings, right? Somehow, some way.
Blue and red fall.
We'll talk about it a little bit more later. But look at this
18 their approach.
What happened is
Turkish meta is so good.
won the side lanes and they immediately go
They
into
revolutionized like
and basically made it
a
so that
good
TL could
portion
not farm at all. We
of the
saw a
meta.
very fast rotation. First
They
rotation,
brought out
somebody
Harley,
down at the bottom side or the orange side of
then
the
Harley's
map.
meta.
And then we saw Lunar leaving his lane, goes into the jungle. And it's like, yo, Carl's going to the purple buff next. And then Sigiboom left his lane to go inside the jungle. So I gotta say, Brigitte, I feel like for all of the professional teams here, they've learned the fundamentals of MLBB. I feel like the fundamentals has to change just a little bit. They have to catch up with the times.
Yeah, because the way that they played it seemed very, very fast. Whereas Liquid, it felt so slow. Like they had a very slow-paced game and
There's a saying,
slow start, and it's always like
you have to follow the rules in order to break them.
forced to play that sort of game.
Follow the rules before you can break them. That's a quote for the day.
Very scaling lineups. So it's
Yeah,
like
you have to go orthodox. You have to make sure you have a right to do something else than society expects you to. In this case, this freaking game, because we are so used to like the usual draft, the usual dynamic of the draft, heroes that are expected to be pulled out. But now that all the knowledge is there, all the knowledge has been established, it's time to make a change. And you have to make sure you have the right to do so.
But fortunately, you do have another chance to go back to the drawing board.
I think that's gonna be. I may want to watch Onyx. Onyx Entity 7. Onyx is gonna win. GK YG.
So we know exactly what
Honestly,
with them after a loss.
honestly predictable. honestly predictable, but I could
With Aurora, we have to talk about the draft here, where
I could be wrong though, but like
is
those are my bets.
pretty
Anyway,
interesting, but again, everything makes sense because we got the pick of.
I am gonna have to keep this stuff. I'm not gonna sleep yet. It's still early. I'm still gonna watch the rest of the game. Just I'm turning off the stream because I gotta save my energy. So yeah, we can talk later. We can talk later in the servers. Yeah, right.
Because he's a good pick, but also quite
Oh.
interesting here.
My name is Rayash. Work in progress caster. I'm gonna be out tomorrow for PGDX. I am not part of anything. I just want to attend, right? And on Sunday, make sure to watch the Beyblade X Metro Circuit Season 2, which I'm gonna be commentating on. And in case you didn't know what Beyblade is, it's freaking toys. And we are having a circuit, 8 weeks of Beyblade X action, and the finalists will be getting invites to the grand finale of the season. Our first week is done. Next week, this coming week is week number 2, going all the way up to 9 weeks. So yeah, I have a lot. I wouldn't say a lot of work, but I got work. All right. Anyways, my name is Rayash. I'm signing out. Bye bye.